We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are hither. That's
Singing.
right.
That's
I
what we
turn up.
doing this
When we go live, I
episode.
turn up now. When we go live, I turn up now. This is what y'all been waiting for. Oh man, I didn't change my. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, as you know, at pregame, we getting everything ready to go. Look at that. Splashcast is live. Check us out. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see.
Always a good update to get.
There we go. Flip horizontal. There we go. There's no inversion. Left, right. Thank you.
Left.
Yeah. That's not. You need to
Right.
be inverted.
I mean, it don't matter to me. I'm
No, I
always
can fix
right.
it. I can fit. No, you're not. I can. Your takes have. Now try it.
Wait, point them out. Point them out. Point right. Left. That is me.
But no. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
What takes
Welcome.
you talking about? I want to hear that now. You tried to slide me there, bro.
It's been too many for me to just pull one or two takes out of the air. I'd have to sit here and think about it. But man, we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the live. We about to talk about a few things. Y'all know with the Around the League edition of episode 63 of the Splashcast, we talk about HBCUs, news around the culture, basketball, WNBA, NBA, and college when necessary, and then football, NFL, and college, and then we round it out with our splashes of the week. But before we do all of that, what do we do? Oh, Candace told me to stop repeating myself so many times. What do we do? One time, we do the pregame.
Singular. One time. In and out.
One time, crank me up one time. Wow, that was a throwback, wasn't it?
Man, you are feeling. Boy, you are flourishing over there today.
I took a 2-hour nap, man. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to, so I took a 2-hour nap. So I'm
First of
wide
all,
awake.
everybody who's starting the game, beverages, you know what time it is.
Beverages. We are here.
But yeah, 2-hour nap. That will make you feel completely different about life. You kind of restarted your day.
This dude has 21 home runs. Wow, that's a hell of a way to start the home run derby, man. Hell of a way to start the home run derby. We're gonna let a few people file in. I did it again. See, I wish you never would have told me that, because now I'm thinking about it. How I repeat things over and over. But anyway, as we're sitting here watching the home run derby, wow, Clayton Kershaw, he is from Texas. he cut, you know.
What channel is that? I'm missing it.
ESPN. Yeah, normally it
Man,
used
the
to,
reason
you
why
know,
ESPN is so long, I forgot what their television.
Major League, look at King Griffey Jr. Major League is out there. The Major League Baseball Association, they be switching TV contracts like they switch sites.
Where is the money? Where is the money?
They be on
Wherever money
they'll be
is.
on TBS. I didn't even know TBS played other baseball games other than the Braves.
Hell yeah.
They got the game of the week now. Turner out here still making money.
Securing bags.
Where you want to start with this pregame, man? Where you want to start with this pregame? I can start wherever. Now, let me preface this by saying I am happily married. I love my wife. But as a young man, when I was 21, 22, 23 years old, sometimes you develop a fondness of the older women. The cougars, if you will. The ones that be on the prowl for the young, energetic.
You always wonder how you got there too. How did I get here?
How did I get here? You ever mess with a cougar in college, bro? You be like,
it's like a little movie inside your head, boy. This didn't go the way I thought it was.
Boy, I did not expect to end up here after Holland. Like, that is not where I meant to go.
Now,
Boy.
I'm drinking Simply Lemonade at somebody's auntie's house.
On some satin sheets. On some
Sade
good
playing in the
sheets.
background.
Boy, Sade playing in the background. All types of oils and incense.
Yeah. It's a nice
Oh,
place to
man.
be. You've never been there before either.
You ain't that,
You
boy.
don't
You
really
look,
know
you
how
looking
to act.
around like you 8 years old going to a sleepover again. You like, oh my god. She asked you for a
It's-
snack, and instead of giving you a little bit of some chips and nothing, she gave you some corn on the cob or something like that, some greens. That's when you know you like,
Her,
oh,
her refrigerator has multiple Tupperware that's full of food. Yeah.
oh man.
Juice
the tu-
selection is premium. Sheets are premium.
Internet is not
really-
spotty. It's quiet.
We'll leave you there.
You can't get stuck there.
Duvet is impeccable. Let me tell you.
Fluffy.
You are
not
comfy.
flat at all. Not flat at all.
Be comfy in
You're
there.
like, hey, you got a
Boy.
tire pump for this mud? That mother feel like I'm on a cloud.
Man.
You don't know what
You are
to do. You
nuzzling
wake
in
up,
that bed.
you get there Saturday,
You
you,
can't
wake up,
remember
it's
the last
Monday.
time you was in the bed. Yeah, you was in the bed till 3 p.m. I gotta get up. Damn, I can't lay here all day. Like, I mean, I could, but I gotta do something. Hey, can you open these blinds? Because they keep it dark and cool.
Oh, yeah.
Premium.
You don't know what
cable.
time of day it
Oh
is.
my God.
Just
She has stars.
what?
She got stars every time.
Stars and Showtime, non-stream with the cable package. Oh man, but why do we bring up the Cougars? Why do we semi-tell on ourselves? Well, your man Zach Wilson is out here enjoying life. Now, apparently, he broke up with his ex-girlfriend or she broke up with him because she claims that he slept with his mom's best friend. I mean, I wish, hindsight, I really, really wish I had like the
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm lying my way through this.
How?
Full speed. Never happened.
Ever.
Me and Donna never did anything. Never. It's my mom's best friend. I would never do that.
The funny thing about this story is only she said it, and it might be Zach Wilson's camp telling him don't say nothing, but I have not seen a response or anything from him. He's just like,
BYU, baby. BYU.
Sneaky said Shaggy style. It wasn't me.
I am denying the whole thing. Who? Me? Never could be. No. Do you think that lady old enough to be my mom? I would never. Knowing the whole time, I would.
If you're Zach Wilson's parent, how do you feel? Like, if you're his dad and you find out his mom's best friend was eyeing your son.
That is weird. Now that you put it in that context, you taking all the fun out of this. Now it's just weird.
I would assume there's no fun for the parents. You changed my child's diaper, allegedly.
I mean that too. Yeah, I was just thinking from the fair-haired youth point of view.
Man, from
As
a
a parent,
parent,
that
man,
is-
can you imagine?
That's weird.
Now I gotta
That
ask
would
you
know
all
what
types of
now.
questions. I gotta ask you,
No, you
when did
don't.
you
There
start
are no
looking
more
at my?
questions.
Yes, no. There's 1,000 questions. You crazy as hell. When did you start looking at my son as a man? When did this happen? How long has it been going on? What the fuck? I gotta ask all those questions. He's only 21, 22.
At BYU did it to him. Dog, boy. Left a boy, came back a man. That is hilarious to me. I don't know why it's funny that he went to BYU, but that makes it way more funny to me.
What if she actually did? That's what I'm saying. How did he get caught? Like,
And
were
you
there
know
text
what?
messages involved? Were there pictures sent?
Is he a good football player? Does
No.
anybody know that?
No, we don't.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. They never gonna talk about him playing football.
Nope, not with the Jets.
They're never gonna talk about him actually playing football, and they're never gonna talk about Kirk Cousins being mediocre. Neither one are ever gonna happen in this world. It's
And
never
they
gonna
should.
happen.
They should, because Kirk Cousins is the epitome of mediocre. But I'm telling you, Kirk Cousins is going to the Hall of Fame. First fully guaranteed.
what?
He's the one who opened up the fully
Oh.
guaranteed contract door. You crazy? Kirk Cousins is gonna go. He's gonna become
I don't
an
know if they can
offensive
put-
coordinator or something, and he's gonna be pretty good. And then they're gonna find a way to get him into the Hall of Fame as a broadcaster or offensive coordinator or some contribution to football. But it's really gonna be because 100%.
I don't think you.
Ooh, sneaky.
Get out of there.
Get
We
out
would
of there,
like to
Sneaky.
continue this show. This is only episode 63.
Get out of there,
Please
Sneaky.
remember to like, subscribe, and follow us while we still have a podcast. Y'all trying to get us set on fire today.
Already.
Zachary Taylor Thomas, whatever you have going on, congratulations, I guess. This is an awkward thing. What else?
Hey, man. Everybody has their thing.
Boy.
I had so many jokes. Your man. Let's look at your man real quick. Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
You tell him, Charles, that fuck you.
No context needed. I like it just like that. Just do
I
that.
want to say
Just
this.
put that.
If you're gay and transgender, I love you. Hey, and if anybody gives you shit, you tell him, Charles, that fuck you.
Hey, man.
Actually, very interesting.
I don't know much about this other than this is the epitome of Charles. He's going to say exactly what he feels, when he feels, and how he feels. I don't know how he ended up at this event. Maybe he was
I
paid.
feel like he's a wandering man. I feel like he just wanders between drinks.
Reminds
and
me
if
of
he ends
Josh.
up somewhere.
Definitely
and-
reminds
and
me
it
of
looks
Josh.
And it looks like it might be cool. Then I'm gonna go over there and check it out. I'm gonna do whatever I want to.
Yeah.
Y'all
He
over there turn up? Well, hey, I'm gonna have a drink with you guys.
I'm going to have a drink with you too.
Yeah.
Why not? Oh, man.
And this is probably somewhere at a casino. So
I don't think it's a casino. Because, ooh, should we get that? First of all, let's look at the keyboard player with this full American flag regalia on. I don't, and the way his reaction is, I feel like he's, nope, that'll get us canceled.
like I said, but I do think that this is interesting for a specific reason. I don't feel like, I think this forces people to like Charles Barkley, who probably in the past did not like Charles Barkley.
Why? Why would people not like Charles? I don't know many people that don't like Charles Barkley, if you want me to be 100% honest.
No, but I feel like he's pretty unapologetic, and everybody doesn't like that about Charles. I think that a lot of people think Charles has a big mouth.
Yeah.
And we don't hear Charles that much on politics and whatnot. Well, I guess we do now.
Yes, you do.
I guess now you do. You do get more of it.
Charles don't care.
But you didn't know if Charles was a progressive or a conservative either.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. He's definitely he's a moderate.
Okay.
Most people our age, as you get older, especially blacks, so we didn't know we were gonna go here. If you think Kirk is gonna go first ballot, you think Phillip Rivers is going. First of all, Sneaky. Nobody said Kirk Cousins is first ballot anything. Nobody.
I think that Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. Kirk Cousins is.
Not.
He's himself.
Kirk Cousins is not, but Charles Barkley, man, and most people our age are moderates. We are, when it comes to money, the more money you get, the more conservative you are. But when it comes to everything else, a lot of people are
Unless you're Bill Gates.
progressive.
And you're not going to give your kids any money. You can earn it the hard way.
That's not conservative.
I'll fight my dad if he gave that money back. I'm like, you give him
you,
another
you
dime.
think
like,
you
I'll
fight your dad. He already said he ain't giving you no
would.
money. You act like he won't get rid of you too.
Well, then I'm gonna be rid of God. How about that?
I'm trying to post this link.
You think that you finna have me, my dad, be the richest man on the planet, fluctuated, and you gonna give away all the money? No.
What you gonna do?
I wouldn't even do that if I was the dad. I feel like that'll put a lot of pressure on me. Somebody might try to get me out of the paint before I get done. Nope, not me.
Oh no! You see, he released that information after they moved out the house. That wasn't while they were there.
Boy, they might mess around. And, hey, now Get rid of my money if you want to. It'll be me and you. Be me and you, Bill. William.
It would be you, Bill, and the 7 security guards that are trained assassins.
Who do you think has better security, the president or Bill Gates?
Bill Gates. The president don't have that much money. The president has a lot of people at disposal, but Bill Gates, all of them are governed by rules. All the people at Bill Gates' disposal are not even on the list. You can't even find them.
That's what I want. I want me for an unmarked security guard.
But not unmarked. I just want regular people walking around, but he got a Tommy gun up under up under his coat. You ain't even know. That boy got
the most generic face of all time. Literally any NBA 2K face. Slap it on that human. But what he can do, he can fight and shoot.
Walk around in an invisibility cloak. You won't even know that he's there. Just
player 4. Player 4.
Player 23. Player 23. Oh man, but ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. We are now gonna jump. It's 8:38. We're gonna jump right into the Splash Cast, man. All around the league edition, episode 63. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned as we get ready.
Grab your beverages.
Go get you a beverage. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh man.
Slow shit down the right way out here. The Swisher House way. DJ Michael Watts. Big Slim. Mr. Lee. Duggar. Pushing that big lack with that big brim.
It's that Elvis.
Now, boo, that's Big Slim.
It's that Elvis.
Now, boo, that's Big Slim.
It's that Elvis.
Now, boo, that's Big Slim. He got plenty of them old schools to the Jews. Save like Jews when rolling with boss crews. Cruising slow down west, time of thinking about pimp. Like I'm a sugar daddy, probably think I'm a simp. Get paid, can't stay stuck in them old words. Get paid, can't stay stuck in them old words. Get paid, can't stay stuck in them old ways. Or be amazed how much being the cool dude pays. Network, that's your net worth. So you need to speak first and stay up on your grind till your motherfucking feet hurt. It's either be that or stay poor. Hood nigga turn rich to the floor in Dior. Come on. Step and repeat. Fuck dying for the hood, buy your hood and live good. Fuck dying for the hood, buy your hood and live good. Fuck dying for the hood, buy your hood and live good. 100 grandkids in the woods. Boss life, stay down. Now we come.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 63 of the Splash Cast, the Around the League edition. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Get into it, my friend.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome. We are here. We just finished the ATL edition. Shouldn't have left the door open. The ATL edition of the Around the Leagues of the I'm sorry. Woo! We just finished the pregame of the Around the League edition of episode 63 of the Splash Cast. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out when we do post it. If you're not already here there, welcome everybody for tuning in with us on this Monday Night Raw. We got the Braves. I got the Braves on the big screen. Cunha Jr. got 17 home runs. He might not make it.
Oh.
Cause Buddy that started off had 22.
17 don't make it. What the hell is going on?
He's got 18 home runs.
Is it me or does not? Ronnie don't look like he in the greatest of shape.
He been hurt.
He look kind of husky, don't he?
Yeah.
It's crazy that he's that good a baseball player, and he don't look like he in nobody's shape, right?
Don't look like he trying at all. Don't look like he trying at all. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. As we said, you know, the Around the League edition of our podcast. We talk about our HBCU news around the culture, news around basketball, news around football, as well as our splashes of the week. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into news around the HBCU culture. Now, this is really more of a mention. Before we get into sports, we always try to champion what HBCUs do when they do good for the student body or for the alumni, or when they show up and show out for the community. One such thing is Fayetteville State clears over $1.6 million in student debt for the second straight year. So they have eliminated
back
student
like
debt.
Drake.
Man, that has always been one of the Achilles heels when it comes to pretty much just graduation and wealth building in general. So, shout out to Fayetteville State. We wanted to go ahead and say that before we moved on. How you feel about that, dog?
That's fantastic. Prayerfully, they will go for year 3 in a row. This is important. This is things that we support.
They are setting a precedent.
Congratulations.
They
And
are setting a
congratulations,
precedent.
man. It's a blessing, boy.
It is.
You
It
able
is.
to really just take that burden off of somebody.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And the best thing you can do is pay it forward. Real quick. Dang, man. Wish you never told me. Now I'm thinking about it. SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan will be the first person representing an HBCU league or institution to chair the Division I men's basketball committee. He will be the chair in 2023-2024. This is a big deal because there's one of the big things during civil rights or during any type of fight or strife for recognition has always been what? Representation. We always want to have representation.
Absolutely.
So for us to have the SWAC commissioner as the chair of the men's basketball committee, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. This should be interesting. And it's just great visibility specifically for the SWAC.
Do you think there's going to be some added pressure? I think of this on a
Absolutely.
microcosm or as a smaller version of Obama being the president, right? Anytime you're the first
go out
black,
there and be perfect.
yeah, anytime you're the first black whatever, you got to go out there and be perfect, and you got to, or as Obama showed us, you have to, if you're not overly for the culture, and a lot of folks expect you to do things only for the culture, because in the past, other leaders from the what we call it, the culture versus the
demographic.
other people from the demographic made rules that only benefited the demographic. Normally, when somebody from the culture becomes a leadership role, they want rules to only benefit the culture, and that's not how that works. I hope that he is not put in that position, and he's remembered for the great that he does and not what he can't or doesn't do. Cunha only had 19.
The rule is go be perfect, but the people who they pick are typically good at being perfect. I have all the faith in the world in this dude. I'm sure he'll knock it out of the park. If he wasn't going to knock it out of the park, it wouldn't even make him eligible.
Yeah, that's true. You know he's overqualified. You know he's overqualified.
Way overqualified. He'd be like, yeah, I guess I could do this too. I mean,
yeah. when it comes to up and coming coaches, we have profiled. Of course, we profiled Deion. We'll get to Deion too. We do call this the Deion segment. We joke about it, but there are some other coaches that are in the pipeline to be a future head coach. One of them is Mr. Jonathan Saxon, named top 45 under 45 minority future head coaches list. He is currently the South Carolina State defensive coordinator. What does that mean? He just put Jacoby Durant in the pros, got drafted cornerback. They just beat Jackson State in the not Celebration Bowl. What was it called? Was it called Celebration Bowl? SWAC versus MEAC challenge for the final, the HBCU Black National Championship is what I call it. He also has not one, not two, not three, but 4 South Carolina State linebackers are in the league right now. One of them, Leonard, is the best linebacker in the entire NFL. The best linebacker in the NFL. As we start, and we haven't even talked about the the defensive linemen as well that are in the league. And we haven't even talked about the players that are in the other leagues as well, XFL, AFL, all of those things. So shout out to Jonathan Saxon, man.
Congratulations. Show me when he gets a new job. That's what I want to see.
Well,
this man can clearly coach. He can clearly take players to the next level. Please reward him. That is the thing that I want to see now. Reward the man for a job well done, please.
This is what I'm worried about. HBCUs, Deion has created a culture shift. HBCUs, a lot of them are going for the name, right? Jonathan Saxon amongst the culture is probably known, especially in South Carolina or in the MEAC, and probably the SWAC as well, and amongst NFL scouts and all of that. But the public may not know his name yet. I hope that you can overlook that doesn't have the bravado of Deion, and that you see that he's a very, very good coach before we lose him out somewhere else.
Coaching football travels. If you can coach football, I don't care if you coach in little league, high school, middle school, whatever, you know what you're doing. And it doesn't take that long to really have a conversation with a person to see if they know if they can coach football or not. Specifically once you look at their product that they put out.
I'm listening to you, but Pete Alonso has 40 seconds and he only has 13 home runs.
Oh man, trust me. You think that I don't have my eye on that? Let's go, Ronnie. But yes, absolutely. I think that he needs to be available. He needs to be put in all the rooms everybody else is put in and given the same fair shot.
Definitely. Hey man, real quick. Lane College's Andrew Farmer II has been named 2022 SIAC Preseason Defensive Player of the Year. He's a linebacker / defensive end. He has been getting looks from the scouts. We always hear about SEC, ACC, SWAC, MEAC. Remember, there are tiers to HBCU to the culture football as well. Want to shout out Lane College. That's around your neck of the woods, ain't it?
No.
That's Payne. That's Payne, not Lane.
Yes.
Lane is in Tennessee, right?
Yes. I can't think of where Lane is right now. Any other time I would know too. But yes, no, it's in Tennessee. It's all the way in Tennessee.
Jackson.
Yeah, I wanted to say Jackson, but it is Jackson, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, Mississippi, and Jackson, Tennessee. Lord. Yes, but yeah, this dude looks like he might be a monster too.
He's a problem, man. He's already projected to go in the late rounds of the draft as well, so we'll definitely pay attention to him.
If you can have another good season and have a good combine, you give you a chance. You give yourself a chance, and that's all you have to do in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to be the best player in the world. You just need to be available, and you need to be able to do the job. That's it.
What I do like is how social media is, and especially us and others, are paying attention to all of the HBCUs and getting everybody the media and notoriety. Before, you wouldn't even known who this guy was unless you were a scout or an alumni, or you were played or your team was in the SIAC and you traveled
Yep.
Morehouse, Spelman, all those places. So we actually may have a chance to check them out as they play. I think they play Albany.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, he got out of there. And he just walked off.
Hell of a try.
I mean, dude's two-time. Anyway, shout out to Lane College. Shout out to Andrew Farmer II, man. We'll be watching. And y'all know we can't talk about the culture in HBCU news without talking about the man. Deion Sanders donates half his salary to Jackson State to complete their football facilities. He started an ambitious renovation program to upgrade the football's facilities, and he is donating half of his salary to ensure that the facility is completed a month before the season starts. Season starts a month before the season starts, so it should be done by August 4th. So it's pretty much the last little tidbits, and anybody that knows that has bought a house, built anything, when you get to the end is normally when you spend a little bit more money than you thought you was going to spend, and Deion got you covered.
Hey, y'all go ahead and get that statue ready. Go ahead and y'all start get whoever your artist is, the people who go make it out of clay first, let them go ahead and start warming up, because the Deion Sanders statue needs to be right in the front of campus. Wherever the front of campus is, y'all need to make a structure like twice his size and put it right there. So when you walk in, you see a big bronze Deion.
I think Deion's going for past just Jackson State or Jackson, Mississippi. I think he's going for, I want to be in the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame.
I agree, but this is a hell of a start. Hey, man. Jackson State, y'all forever indebted.
He got his whole family down there too.
Who apply? Hey, I may or may not be actually related to Deion, but my last name is Sanders. You better let me on in that college. I tell you that.
Deion is my fourth cousin removed type thing. I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Off script. I did it again. Probably doing it on purpose now because I'm thinking about it. But Deion says with all the conference realignment going on that he is talking with the front office, I guess the leadership of the school and the athletic director and everybody of Jackson State about conference realignment and potentially looking to move up into the FBS and out of the FCS.
They uniquely, it's a stretch, but I will say that they are suited for it because they have that big ass stadium.
They are suited for it with the big ass stadium. They were third in the country or second in the country in average attendance amongst all schools, stadium. Not SWAC, not HBCUs, not the FCS, of everybody. But I have gone on record saying this multiple times. I am all for keeping the money in house. Meaning, I would like the SWAC to stay together and play against each other. I would like for the MEAC to stay together and play against each other. I would like the SIAC to stay together and play against each other. I'm not all for moving and leaving the historically black college and university leagues, MEAC, SWAC. Now, I am for if you leave the CIAA and go to the MEAC like Hampton did, or a lot of MEAC schools did. I'm cool with that. But I do agree that you play against your own and keep that money and recycle that money inside. Similar to where the SEC, ACC, and all the other conferences do it. Do it here. You already have the notoriety. You're getting all of these recruits transferring. Yes, they transferring to Jackson State right now. But if Jackson State get out there and get beat by South Carolina State again, they're going to go to South Carolina. They're going to go to Orangeburg.
But, okay, so this is a tricky situation. Because on one side, you're right. You're like, stay within the conferences that we've created to build a better conference. But what about if you get to a point where you can compete?
Then play them.
But I'm saying you got to think about how many conference games you have to play. If you're good enough to be like a University of South Florida, UCF, a school like that, I could understand you legitimately making the move.
So you think North Dakota State should move to FBS? Because they've beaten FBS schools, but they're still FCS.
They're tricky to me.
How's this
I
tricky?
think that I'll tell you. I think that they're a school who you got to go up there to play. They have a certain thing, but if you put them against if you move them up, they wouldn't be able to compete. But
Depending on where you move them, why not? They're not gonna move to the SEC. I mean, where they gonna move? In the
I feel
Big
like
12,
those-
North Dakota State could win the Big 12.
it's kind of like the Georgia Southern versus Florida. If you play that game 100 times, then Florida probably wins the majority of them. But Georgia Southern was a really good team, and they're unique. They can give you problems if you're not ready for that.
I feel like that's apples and oranges. I just said you wouldn't move up to the SEC. I mean, it's teams in the FBS that can't play in the SEC right now. So what I'm saying, like Georgia Southern moved up to Georgia Southern moved up to the Sun Belt and won the Sun Belt. So did Georgia State. So my thing is, you don't have to move up. If Jackson State were to play Georgia State and beat Georgia State, they're gonna get that money regardless, and you're gonna get the notoriety.
You have a valid point. If you're at the top of your conference, then if you move up to the next conference, it stands to reason that you'll at least be pretty competitive.
I don't think you have to leave. It's the same thing, for example, when
it's Georgia's how we feel.
Georgia's playing Oregon.
Yeah, I was gonna say how we feel about like your South Carolina or your Kentuckys if they played in the ACC. You struggle because you're in the SEC. I think that you could probably be a mediocre team in the ACC.
My point is, you should stay. You don't have to move to the ACC, or if you're just play the same way Clemson and South Carolina play every year. That's an ACC. That's a rivalry, right? But Georgia, I'm saying go get the money. Georgia's in the SEC. Oregon is in the Pac-12. They don't play each other every year, but you can sign on to those games and play the Pac-12. And if they don't want to play you, call them out like North Dakota State does. Y'all scared to play us. Y'all are scared to play us.
North Dakota State, both of the Dakotas, nobody's scared to play y'all.
You can say that all you want to until I'm going undefeated.
That travel.
They will try. They went to Iowa. They travel. When you're the smaller school, you don't get to dictate where you play. You get to go. But if I'm saying I will come to your house and beat your ass, and you say no, and Deion already out there gonna call you out. Deion called out Nick Saban. You seen Nick Saban had to backtrack and do a whole photo shoot with him after he called out Deion.
And they said there was no beef. There is 100% beef there.
That was a calculated move by the demographic.
Boy, that was a boot smoking there, boy. I was like, what? Wait, hold on. Deion has y'all in the failed clutch. Made you do another one after you apologized.
You see, Russ said put North Dakota in the pack. So, like I said, I wouldn't move up if I were Deion. I would, but shout out to Deion. We don't want to bury the lead. I do want to go ahead and remind y'all because we kind of got in there. Deion donated half his salary to complete Jackson State's football facility upgrades. And anybody that knows college football in the South, the first thing that recruits see are what? The facilities. So shout out to Deion.
Get the statue ready.
Shout out to Deion for that, man. Shout out to Deion for that. With that being said, guys, that was a pretty quick segment. We finished. We have come to the end of HBCU news around the culture. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 minutes as we jump right into basketball. I believe is next, right? Basketball is next. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned.
Tampering by the Sixers.
Little tampering, ain't nothing wrong with a little tampering, shot it. But y'all stay tuned.
That
y'all
is
stay tuned.
inaccurate.
Tampering is, LeBron is king temper, but it is what it is. Y'all stay tuned.
Wow.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 63 of the Splash Cast, the Around the League edition. We are now going to jump right into our basketball segment where we got a lot of stuff to talk about in the off season, which I didn't really see coming.
Why didn't you?
That's Summer League, man. I mean, how often does all of this drama really overshadow everything else when it comes to basketball? Normally we're just only talking about Summer League at this point, but it seems like the Lakers just cannot get out of the news. But before that, we covered this on Saturday Morning Live. Shout out to HBC United. Shout out, that is Hampton affiliated with Matt White. We're HBC United, so shout out to them. We'd love to do a collab with y'all on our podcast. They do the basketball tournament. Oh, they won the basketball tournament as well in the Rucker Park, HBC United. Got to shout that out. Back to basketball. We talked about this briefly. Look at your man. The Suns matched the Pacers off for 4 years, $133 million for DeAndre Ayton. That is equivalent to almost that's what, $30 million a year.
That's an overpay. That's what it is. Oh,
$35 million a year.
Sounds worse and worse.
I think that's like $33 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. So, first off, I was surprised that the Pacers matched this. I mean, gave him this money.
I mean,
but it shows to me that they are ready to move on from Miles Turner. They already moved on from Malcolm Brogdon. They already moved on from a lot of people. Sabonis.
They're moving on.
TJ Warren is allegedly on the trading block as soon as he get. I heard you. As soon as he gets healthy.
I thought he was gone already. TJ Warren somewhere else.
Oh, he might already be gone. But
going with the wind.
So it seems like they're in rebuilding mode in Indiana, and they have Buddy Hield, they have Tyrese Halliburton, they have what's the other, Chris Duarte, who they drafted.
He is a Brooklyn Net.
Inconsequential. So it is.
Big scope shorty.
Man, I need to get a graphic for that. But Sneaky ass, is this an overpay? How many All-Star appearances has DeAndre Ayton made in the first 5 years?
That's not a max guy. Good thing is you probably won't have to pay him the super max because I don't think he'll be first team anything ever, and I don't think that he'll be an All-Star anytime soon. So you're probably pretty good.
So here's why I agree it may not be an overpay. One, this isn't a max contract. Two, you just paid Zion an exorbitant amount of money.
Hey,
so for Zion to get that much money and you don't offer Ayton a max sheet and he signs it, that's not really an overpay in today's NBA climate.
I'm not a proponent of doing something stupid because I saw somebody else do something stupid. And paying Zion is stupid. He's only played 85 games in his NBA career. Just doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes sense from the point of at least keep the asset. But I would have traded him already. I would have got him off my books a long time.
What does that have to do with Ayton, though? Ayton is not a max contract player. They didn't sign him to a max. And you already had an established backcourt in Indianapolis. I mean, they are in Indiana with the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton is the truth. Buddy Hield is what he is. Chris Duarte seems like he's about to be that guy for them.
But none of those guys, they'll all, well, Duarte and Halliburton are combo guards.
Halliburton is a combo guard, but he is definitely more of a 1 than a 2.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would have to go back and look. I don't know if he's the greatest facilitator. DeAndre Ayton is doing this with the best facilitator we've seen since like John Stockton. He's magicianing this thing. I would like to see what Ayton is like with the guard who's not as effective, and also not with Devin Booker, who is one of the hottest scorers in the NBA.
I am interested. One, I think this is a good pairing because they need front court help. I think out of everybody that's available, yeah, they do. The Pacers, out of everybody that's available right now at the center position, who would you get other than Ayton? How many centers right now, pure centers, fives, are better than Ayton that are available?
There's better than him.
I'm about to say, before you dance around, answer the question. How many are better than him that are available? Jokic isn't available. Embiid isn't available. Giannis is Giannis. He's not available. Clint's not available. Christian Wood's not available. No, I'm talking about that. Ayton was a restricted free agent.
Clinton. When I say Clint is available, he was almost traded for DeAndre Ayton, so he's available.
So you think Ayton's better than Clint?
No. And there are two different things. I think that Ayton is better offensively. But I think that Clint is a better defensive player and a better rebounder. I think that
Sneaky calling you out. Embiid, Joker, then let him know. Who's better than Ayton?
Joker, Embiid, you talking about period or just
Fives? There ain't no stutter. Who is a better
Anthony
center?
Towns?
You think he's better than Ayton?
Yes. I would rather have Bam.
All of them make more than that offer sheet, except for Bam. Actually, Bam got max. All of them make more money than Ayton is being offered.
I would rather have Rudy. I'd rather
more money.
have Clint. I'd rather have.
So none of them are available.
You asked for guys.
No, the original question was who is a better center that is available than Ayton? It was the original question. Yo, calling this dude Kitten is so disrespectful.
Joker's not available. Embiid's not available. Carl Anthony Towns isn't available. Rudy is better and available. Bam
Rudy is not available. Rudy's with Minnesota.
I'm saying he was available. Past tense. He could have been traded. Maybe Vooch. But Vooch is older.
You crazy as hell. You think Vucevic is better than Ayton?
I mean, yeah. But I think that Vooch is a very good basketball player, but his age is what's gonna cancel out. I think that Clint's better than him, and Clint's less expensive.
Why does
you
would not want, if you had a chance to get Ayton versus Clint, you would take Clint over Ayton, is what you just said.
Money wise, at contract price, yes, I'd rather have Clint. Clint's a better team friendly contract.
But that's Clint. No, 100%. You said Ayton. You said Clint was better than Ayton. You didn't say money wise or nothing. Your statement was Clint is better than Ayton.
Okay, on that end, it depends on what your team needs.
No, it does not. Is Clint better than Ayton?
They do two different things.
They play center. Who is the better center? Who would you take, Clint or Ayton? You would take Clint.
Okay, they're equal. They're equal.
I disagree with that too. You crazy as fuck.
Okay, then you can disagree with that, but I'm telling you, essentially, I think that their skill sets. I think that overall, it really is team dependent on which one makes more sense, depending on what your team has. You need more offense. I'm going with Ayton.
That's a blanket argument.
If you need more
you can
defense,
say that with literally every player.
No, you can't. They would have to be almost in this. I wouldn't say that.
So would you take? So Clint Capella is a better defensive player than Joker.
Yes, but Joker's offense is so much better that it's negligible. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Joker is light years ahead of Clint Capella, even though Clint Capella is really good on defense. Joker's offense is so good that you can't even put them in the same category.
Russ calling you out. That tap dance. Boy, them tap shoes.
That is legitimately logic and reasoning.
That is
Okay,
reason manipulation.
Embiid, another example. He's so much better than Clint Capella, they can't even be put in the same conversation. No offense to Clint, but Embiid is Embiid Olajuwon.
Oh, let's break it down. You're compounding value with talent, and that's clouding your judgment on Ayton. You're dancing all around the question. This is why we go live. I appreciate y'all because this is what I have to deal with all the time.
I think that Ayton and Clint are
equal.
Six
You think
on one,
Ayton
half
and Clint?
a dozen on the other one?
So you think
Yes.
Ayton is only a $15 million a year player?
No, I didn't say that either.
That's what Clint's getting paid.
Yes, I think that Clint's deal is a bad deal.
So you think
No,
Clint
it's
is?
not
So you think Clint
time out,
Capella's
time out.
underpaid?
Wait. Now you got me, and I'm going to cover everything because you got me. Okay, so number one, Clint took a team-friendly deal because he's had multiple injuries to his foot.
So he's underpaid.
So do I? Yes, but he's not really underpaid because the team is taking a risk because he's injury prone. So I think he's paid adequately or appropriately because you're taking into consideration he does get hurt a lot, but he's a really good player.
There's the
That's
flip
why
side
it's
to
a
that
really-
reason too, though. Ayton
Yes.
does not get hurt. Ayton is
Fair.
durable. So there's a flip side there.
So
But go
far,
ahead.
yes.
Go ahead.
So yes, I think that Ayton is an overpay. I think that really Ayton should be right around probably the $23 to $25 million a year mark.
Well, motherfucker calling you asinine. Who is better right now? He already said he said they think they're equal. He said Ayton and Clint are better right. He said
Yeah.
they're equal right now.
Yeah.
I
If I need defense, I want Clint Capella. I don't want anything to do with Ayton.
We are at minute 54:55. This is going to be a question. 55
Absolutely.
minutes. Who will you take? Who is better?
But also, wait.
Ayton
But this is the
or
part.
Ayton or Clint Capella? I didn't add any caveats when I asked you the question.
But this is the thing. Most people don't know that Clint Capella last year, 2 years ago, was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He was top 5, and he was a rebound champ 2 years ago. You're not gonna get that. You're not. But most people don't know that because they don't really know much about Clint Capella.
That doesn't change that. Okay, that doesn't make him better than the Ayton, to me. But it is. And
Wait, time out. You know what? Now I'm game.
Clint's
Let's look at
also
Wait,
Clint's
wait,
offense is.
hold on.
I'm reading what they saying. You're not reading the comments. I'm reading what they
Hold on.
saying.
I-
Clint's
I'm- we
offense is
finna get-
open dunks.
Okay, so in 2018, who was better, Clint Capella?
I don't know. I don't have the stats.
DeAndre.
I'm in 2022 and 2021. DeAndre Ayton is better than Clint Capella.
How you figure in 2020? See, that's what people just. No.
DeAndre Ayton is a
no.
better offensive player.
In 2021, he was 17.2 points and 10 rebounds. Clint Capella was 15 and 15 and Defensive Player of the Year candidate. People just see. No, there's no way that you think in 2021. Hell no.
So
Hell no.
So to you, Clint Capella is.
And that's Ayton's best season. That means the rest of his career, he's been worse than Clint Capella every year.
So you think Clint Capella is equal to DeAndre Ayton? That's fine.
Yes.
I disagree, and so
it-
does everybody else that's in here. with
Because
the chat
everybody
right
else
now.
doesn't really look at it. If you look at the 4 years that DeAndre Ayton has been in the NBA, he might have been better than Clint Capella for maybe. No, I'm not even giving him one. I'm
Now
not
I
giving him
will
one.
concede this point. Clint Capella to even be mentioned in this conversation is because he plays hard 100% of the game. He doesn't take plays off. He doesn't BS. He gives all out max effort the entire game, whereas Ayton has been accused of quitting. Talent-wise, Clint Capella does not compare to Ayton. But in terms of an entire basketball, in terms of the
You gotta go out there and
intangibles,
play basketball.
in terms of the intangibles, I will say that Clint Capella makes up for the gap in talent with effort and hustle. But if I had a
And
chance to trade Clint
rebound
Capella for,
champ.
if I had a chance to trade, but if I had a chance to trade Clint Capella for DeAndre Ayton at the same price, and I could fit it under my budget right now, I would make that trade.
DeAndre Ayton is never going to be a rebound champ. Never in a
Clint
million
Capella's
years.
never gonna have any type of offensive repertoire that DeAndre Ayton is gonna have ever.
Okay,
Ever.
I'll take the 15 points every time.
Okay.
How many points do you think Ayton's going to get you with that magical offensive skill set?
If he were to go to Indiana, he probably would get you 20 to 23 points.
Okay, so he's going to get you 23 points and 10 rebounds and
Yeah, 2 blocks.
medium defense.
Yeah. 2
Clint
blocks.
Capella's
Yeah.
going to get you 15 points, get you 15 rebounds, and he's going to give you probably top 7 center defense.
Clint Capella is going to give you.
He's
going to give you. I will give you rebounds. I will give you rebounds and hustle. I don't.
Defense.
I guess, man. I don't think I would trade Aiden. I would trade for Aiden right now. I would trade for Aiden right now. If I had, if they offer Aiden for Clint Capella right now, I would trade that right now.
And also take into account that Clint Capella is like $18 million, and you said Ayton is $33 million.
Could you imagine Trey having a big, he can trust to score and it's not an open dunk? That is true. But the real thing.
Yeah, but what you going to do on defense?
Play defense. I mean, he's still 7 feet, dog. He could play defense. It's not like Clint Capella was first team all defense or anything. Come on, man.
Okay, he was a top 5 defensive player of the year. And as good as John Collins has become as a help side defender, he's benefited from playing next to Clint Capella. So you got a guy who's helping everybody be better on defense. Just factual. And he's a rebound champ.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah,
There's no way. There's no way. I can't believe.
And one of these guys getting paid $18 million, the other dude's getting paid $33 million.
Well, you said that was because of the injury factor, right? You said Clint Capella's underpaid.
I will take that. I will take that risk considering I have Onyeka Okongwu. I'm surely taking that.
Now see that's another variable. Whatever. That's another variable. But moving on, man.
That's the variable of the Atlanta Hawks' current situation.
But we were talking about Ayton versus Capella. You're adding in other stuff. You're adding in variables. So
what you
real quick. What the hell is happening with Durant? Where is he gonna go? Real quick, because I don't really want to stay on Kevin Durant. There's nothing really to talk about.
Hell,
here.
that's where he gonna go.
That's how you feel.
Man, I don't know.
Right, I ain't telling that.
I don't like
spending go to hell
time because he plays this game and then nobody knows. We're not gonna be able to figure out. Nobody has ever in the history of basketball figured out Kevin Durant.
I'm gonna keep saying this every year. I am not gonna be that guy today. I'm gonna say this until he signs with a team.
What?
If Kevin Durant came to Atlanta and stayed with the Hawks, and we had Trey, DeJounte Murray, Kevin Durant, and you figure everything else out, right? You probably have to give up 2 players to get him, which means it's either John Collins or Clint Capella. In that case, I would probably give up Hunter and John Collins or Hunter and Clint Capella. Either one.
Oh,
now
no. You want Hunter, John Collins, and Onyeka Okongwu. Gotta have them.
I don't know if they really. You gotta get.
That gives me a 5-4-3, and I still want 2 draft picks too.
Yeah, but then our starting 5 would be Trey, DeJounte, Kevin Durant, some 3, and Clint Capella.
Oh, it would be 8. Well, couldn't play. Well, AJ Griffin, you can put him at the 3. He's 6'6", 6'5".
You putting any person to play any type of defense at the 3. You would win a championship. Kevin Durant would restore his legacy. He would be a hero, a demigod down here in Atlanta because he brought the Hawks a championship. He wouldn't
coming to Atlanta.
He'd be the governor. He's not, but I'm saying that would be the best play. Anyway,
would you trade Trey, Kevin Durant?
No. Trey, DeJounte are not in the trade. You're going to have to take the pick of the litter of everybody else. I'm not trading.
No, I'm saying just Trey straight up. Trey.
No. Oh,
you're crazy.
You're crazy. You just said you would take Clint Capella over Ayton, but I'm crazy for keeping Trey Young over 35 years.
Yes, because we have DeJounte Murray. I would put Kevin Durant at the 2 guard.
Y'all see this, y'all. Y'all see this. Y'all see this. Y'all see this. Listen to it. Go ahead.
John Collins and Clint Capella. Yes, I think that we will be all right.
Okay.
I think we'll be able to figure that out.
Okay.
Exactly.
I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. Where are we?
Hold on. How many championships do you think that team wins?
With who?
DeJounte Murray, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Clint Capella.
Oh no, you'd win probably two.
So you wouldn't trade Trey for 2 championships? Is what you're telling me?
I would try to keep Trey. I would trade the front court, and I would try to get 5.
Would you trade Trey for 2 championships?
Possibly.
We don't got no championships. Are you talking about Boston? Man.
That's like asking Boston, would you trade Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant?
Dude, no. Would I trade him? Yes. Hell yes.
Would you trade Jason Tatum? So Trey is the equivalent of the franchise player. So you would trade Jason Tatum for Kevin Durant right now?
Yes, you believe that. You believe that.
Would you trade Luka for Kevin Durant? Would you trade Luka for Kevin Durant?
Yes, you have to. You'd have to.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you because that was good. You just when you said yes to trading Luka, that killed my entire argument right there. So
I don't know. I don't know though because Luka's team stinks.
Revitalize.
I'm being real. I think that Luka's team stinks and they're good. I think that Kevin Durant will have the same problems that Luka will have with Dallas. I don't think that team is a championship team. I only think they're good because of Luka. I mean, now they have Christian Wood.
That's pretty true. I mean, nobody's really arguing
that is the worst. That is the worst good team I can think of right now. If that makes sense. But you need to have a real reality check if you really considering you believe that this dude will get us 2 championships. You don't know if you would trade Trey for 2 championships.
Because I don't trust Kevin Durant to the good and the bad, right?
You don't think that Kevin Durant could get us home with that? That boy, you don't have no faith in him.
I don't think they would take Trey straight up. But to answer your question,
Trey and give him 2 draft picks. Now I wouldn't give any more than that.
No, you'd have to give more than one player. You'd have to give more than one player. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Okay, you take Jalen Johnson and you be quiet now. We're done here. We're done here now. No, you probably get on Yeka Okongwu. You will probably get a Okongwu.
Because that.
Oh, you gotta take. You would have to take. No, probably have to take AJ Griffin. Real talk, because you can't take another Ben Simmons. So that immediately eliminates Jalen. And Okongwu
I forgot about Ben
either.
Simmons even being up there. I don't even know what he's gonna do.
Do you think he knows what he's gonna do? This job I used to go to.
How you get fired on your day off?
He didn't get fired. No, he just goes there and kind of hangs out and dresses up. Yeah, I'm flying at work now, working
with pink glass.
That was a shot, boy. Davis going Davis, boy. The Davis boy shoot from anywhere.
Let's talk about Philly real quick. Seems that PJ Tucker was and the 76ers are being investigated for tampering. To me, I think this is bullshit. This is why. When you enforce the tampering rule, you're picking and choosing where to enforce it versus enforcing it league-wide. Right? There's tampering going on between Kyrie and the Lakers. There's obviously tampering going on when LeBron was talking to Westbrook and whatever. Whenever there's a star leaves one team and goes to another team, and no shot to PJ Tucker, he's a defensive star. He's not a star. But whenever a player leaves one team and goes and joins up with another team, you can probably say there's tampering everywhere.
So, I has spent some time kind of looking at the tampering thing, trying to kind of understand. I think what they're trying to say is it's kind of like your parents. Don't make me look stupid. So Jalen Brunson, if you've never talked to the Mavericks and you sign on minute 1, then we know that you already negotiated this deal.
The Knicks signed his daddy. That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay,
I was agreeing with you. I was agreeing with you.
I get that, but that's not technically tampering. It could just be coincidental. But when you sign immediately, you've taken all the opportunity for me to play dumb. I could say that, hey man, maybe they called a man, gave him an offer, he liked it, and he signed it. But if you sign immediately, you haven't even spoken with the team, then yeah, we know what this was. You negotiated this deal when you weren't supposed to. And at that point, it's so obvious I have to dock you now.
But what did you get docked? What do you get docked? The second round pick? This normally they get docked like nobody cares about those. Those are trade pieces.
And I mean, now they are trade pieces, but you have to make a business decision. Is that second rounder worth it? And majority of the time, the second rounder sacrifice them. Fuck them picks. It is what it is. It's just one of those. It's one of those situations where you kind of gotta. As a team who doesn't get that many free agents, I would sacrifice every second round pick if we could sign some big free agents. Tamper all day and all night till we get the free agent.
Josh has made a point that it is tampering is only pertaining to the front office, not to the players. So
Absolutely.
Locker room
That's
talk is locker room talk. So you're right. It looks like they figured out how to operate in the gray area.
Which is cool, which I don't think the NBA has a problem with it. It's when you don't operate in the gray area and you sign the man at 1:01 a.m. Like, come on, man. We know you didn't even attempt to follow the process.
At all.
This is back when you was in like 5th grade. You just go to the back of the book and put the answers. No, I know you didn't do this work. Show your work.
Ooh, that show your work is to get you in trouble. Also,
because you got the answer right, sometimes just not the way they wanted you to get it. Now
I used to just get the answer and work backwards. And then be like, oh, I don't know this part. Let's just throw some numbers in here. And then I'll be like, you can figure out where I messed up in the work, or you can see that I showed my work and that I got the right answer, even though 7 + 2 is a 19.
Let me tell you, boy, you definitely from Atlanta because you are a scammer. The
hell? Hey, man, shout out to Jason Terry. Quick. Jason Terry reportedly will join Jazz's coaching staff under Will Hardy. Right now, Jason Terry is, I think he's coaching the G League team, if I'm not mistaken.
Might be coaching another G League team.
I didn't want to say it. You got your quick snipe ready.
Oh, Lord, that team is bad and getting worse. Boy,
the Jazz
get with the Oklahoma City Thunder and just don't know.
You about to play the shot. Like, you about to play nobody, dog. Like, I don't even know what's the Jazz G League team. The Jazz.
Go ahead and have the conversation. Y'all cannot fire me. Y'all not trying to win. How can y'all fire me? Tell me what I can do to make sure that I keep my job here other than win. Because I know we are not going to win.
What is the development program of this role? How will this help me? Because obviously the team ain't going to be able to do it. You want me to make a diamond out of coal.
You got me out here in Oklahoma City. We ain't going to win no basketball games. Everybody on our team weigh 180 pounds or less. Man.
Ooh, that boy was coach of the Grand Rapid Gold. That's, isn't that Denver's G League team?
Grand Rapid would be Michigan.
Detroit's G League team?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, Grand Rapids is Michigan. You would assume that would be the Pistons. That's how they do it most of the time. I know there are a few teams that run their own operation, or they used to be. But, I mean, I guess that is just don't, hey, man, if y'all lose games, don't fire my dude. That's all I'm saying. This team stinks.
I will say he's had kind of a quick rise, though. May 2020, he was assistant coach at at the Arizona Wildcats. After one season, he was named the
That's
G
his
League.
alma mater.
Yep, he was named the coach of the G League, the Grand Rapid Gold, and then that finished 17-15, missed the playoffs during the 2021-2022 season, and then he became assistant coach. Thank you, Josh.
He moved up. He done moved up. It moved up a damn league every year.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out, and we ain't even gonna hate. Shout out to Jason Terry.
Wait, is Pujols really gonna win the home run derby?
He made it to the next round. I don't think he won.
Well, I hope he wins this at 75,000 years old. I'll be thrilled about that.
Yeah. He's done everything else. Your man, real quick. Oh man, where's the Donovan?
And still looks the same size. Congratulations at baseball players who are still the same size as you.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a shot at Barry Bonds. Maybe it wasn't. No.
That's shot at Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco. What's home run champ? Playing for the
Sammy
Cardinals.
Sosa.
Play for the Cardinals. Mark McGwire.
Who else was I thinking? Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, Sammy Sosa,
Barry Bonds.
Rafael Palmeiro. Yo, that boy went to I don't speak English.
Yeah,
That's
I don't.
one of the worst defenses I've ever heard. Boy,
No habla español to Congress.
boy, if you don't get up there and talk, you know your parents. If you don't get up there and talk, you want to talk with it. Get up there and talk, man.
Hey man, the Knicks talked about this briefly Saturday Morning Live. 6 picks plus Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes, and Miles McBride is what the Jazz are asking for. Let me tell y'all something. We always talk about how Christian Kirk reset the wide receiver market in the NFL for the Jaguars, signing that that amazing deal for him, atrocious deal for the Jaguars. Rudy Gobert getting 4 picks plus players and pick swaps from the Timberwolves reset the trade market. Not DeJounte Murray. And we already said why DeJounte Murray wasn't really a resetting of the market, because we traded some picks that will probably convey to second round picks. But 6 picks for Donovan Mitchell. Let me tell y'all something. If you get 6 picks for Donovan Mitchell plus 2-3 players, we don't even got to add in the players. If you get 6 picks for Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant will be a Brooklyn Net next year, because there's nobody that will be able to give the package that Brooklyn will be expecting, because Donovan Mitchell has gotten 6 picks. Danny Ainge has to have dirt and intel on every GM, president, and scout of every team, because he's done this in Boston. He's done this now in Utah. He is King Fleece. Ooh, that should be the name of it. King Fleece.
Okay,
That should be the name of the, what you call it?
There was a 100-pound fentanyl seizure in San Diego, California. And clearly some of that went to Utah. Because
I was like, dang, do we know somebody that took, oh, man.
Yes, Danny Ainge. I'm going to tell you right now, if you trade 6 picks for Donovan Mitchell, 6 foot, decent combo guard in the NBA, you need to be fired and drug tested.
Let me tell you something.
And beat.
If the Knicks do this, James Dolan has done what we asked him to do. He shut the fuck up and got out the way. He has given the reins to the GM and the president. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't really shown up. His band ain't been playing in the garden or nothing.
He's taking a page out of LeVar Ball's book. So.
If this happens, I'd expect for James Dolan. First off, I expect James Dolan to have walked in like Stone Cold Steve Austin and kicked the door in and break the glass. I know you stupid mother blankety blanks ain't about to do this.
Man, I hate to say this, Donovan Mitchell is kind of regular. It's so many teams that have a guy who can just score a bunch of points. Literally,
regular isn't. I don't think he's regular. There's just a lot. It's just we're in the golden age of point guards and guards right now, but he's not regular.
If it's a lot of guys doing what you're doing,
Donovan Mitchell makes a lot of teams better. There's a lot of teams that would trade for Donovan Mitchell right now. Just not 6 picks. But there's a lot of teams that trade for him. The Mavericks trade for him right now. The Hawks don't. The Heat trade for him right now. Brooklyn trades for him. New York trades for him.
New York trades for everybody.
Uh,
Brooklyn is on fire. That doesn't count. You pick 2 teams that are.
they say he's a that boy said he king size Nate Robinson.
And that's my thing is he's a good scorer. That's true. But he's not really a great facilitator. He's undersized and he plays no defense.
He definitely needs to go to play with Dallas. Now, when you make that point, he needs to go to Dallas because Luka is your point guard and he's 6'8". So he needs
You
to
can
go to a place that has
compensate,
a larger guard or a larger point guard. Maybe Oklahoma City with SGA would be one. Man, this is
Yeah,
one
well, you got
fucking
you got Josh Giddey. I don't think they got no more space.
Nah, they probably no. I mean, they to
You
get
have to
him,
clear- you're right.
you'd
You
have to clear
him.
space. You'd have to get
Yeah.
space.
But-
Toronto would be another one. Although they have a super
You got
small
Fred
guard.
VanVleet.
Well, I mean, but they have smaller guards anyway. Gary Trent Jr. ain't 6'7". I mean, they have smaller guards anyway. Portland
Then what
would
are
be
you-
another
what are
one.
you giving up? OG Anunoby
Yeah.
and your life, and it's not.
No. Well, the
Donovan
thing
Mitchell's
is, the
not
money
making
wouldn't.
them
The
that
money
much
wouldn't.
better.
The money wouldn't match.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than that,
Where can he really go and make the team that much substantially better?
Miami.
I mean,
Miami is it for him. That's where you would. That's where you would go.
but okay. So hear me out here. Never in a million years am I saying that Tyler Hero is Donovan Mitchell. But you're going to get 18 points out of Donovan Mitchell. I mean, out of Tyler Hero. You get 24 points out of Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
And it's
You,
gonna
can,
cost
you
it's
try to
gonna
keep
cost you-
both. If you can.
Oh,
You get
no,
rid
no,
of
you
Fat
gotta-
Lowry.
you gotta-
You get rid of Fat
Oh,
Lowry.
wait, so you think that you gonna give me your problem and I'm gonna give you my best player?
Expiring
you got some of
contract.
that Fenty, too.
Expiring.
You got-
Nah.
You
nah.
expire first. How about that?
Expiring contract.
Crazy
You
as
probably
hell.
have to give up Duncan Robinson. Nah,
No,
it's not
I'm
gonna
taking
work.
Tyler Hero. I'm taking
And
if
what, a
you're
signing
not
trade?
giving-
Because Tyler Hero's a unrestricted free agent, ain't he? He wants a contract extension. And he wants to start.
and he can start it. He'll be able to start Utah then. There'll be plenty of space. Hey, hell, we can get rid of Mike Conley if you really want to. But nah, I'm just not for the money. Even Tyler Hero, he's gonna get you 18 points. He ain't gonna cost you what Donovan Mitchell gonna cost you.
What
not
about
worth it.
Charlotte?
And we got, you already got Jason Terry, you got LaMelo.
I don't know how you got Jason Terry in that one.
Not Jason Terry. What's his name? Scary Terry. Terry Rozier, excuse me.
And you paying Terry Rozier a good amount of money. I would.
You
Get
said
rid of
another $20 million.
No, Terry would have to go. Terry's out of there.
Oh yeah. I don't hate that, but I don't think that moves it. I don't think that moves the needle for Charlotte any.
Anywhere he goes isn't going to move the needle unless it's Miami. That's the only place that he's going to move the needle. Because that's the only place that could possibly.
Trading for you.
So you saying
way
Donovan
I'ma
Mitchell?
trade-
So Donovan Mitchell stuck is what you say?
No. People, somebody's willing to be stupid. It's always somebody willing to be stupid. But me, I'm not. If think about what you said there. You said there are the majority of teams that trade for him. He's not gonna move the needle at $100 and something million. No, can't do it.
The Rockets not trading for him, sneaky, because unless they trade Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
But I mean that
Their money is not even close.
The
And
money
all
is-
of the Rockets are so young, you're going to have to give a bushel away to get Donovan Mitchell. By the time you give everybody away, you now have nothing left. I'm not trading for Donovan. And he's not making the Rockets competitive. Hell no.
Yep. So I don't. It's
The more that you talk about Donovan Mitchell,
He's going
the
to New
more
York. He's
I
going
think
to
that
New
he's
York,
regular.
and he's going to
yeah.
New York,
Now
and
New
they're
York
gonna
is
they're gonna be
like that's the reason that I
You
will
gotta
never.
fire
That I'm
everybody.
never gonna say that people are stuck because you have teams like New York who are genuinely stupid, and they
you gotta
just
fire
want the
everybody.
name.
You gotta fire everybody. You gotta fire everybody.
I want them to have Donovan Mitchell, and I want them to have Zion.
And Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett.
Yep.
But that's a
Brown.
whole lot of bricks.
Hard white bricks.
That's a whole lot of
Boy.
bricks, boy. Who else we got? What else we got on the docket today? Your man, everybody's your man over here. Westbrook broke up with his agent after 14 years in the league. Apparently, they had a difference of opinion on him staying with the Lakers. From what this sounds like to me, my original thought was he wanted Westbrook to somehow take a buyout or something. Or Westbrook requested a trade. He wanted Westbrook to request a trade or something like that.
Wait, hold on 1 second about what Sneaky brought up. I also have big questions about Donovan Mitchell to the Heat because Dwayne Wade, the former Heat player, he is a current Utah Jazz owner, and that just feels real tricky to me.
Oh, it's 100% tampering, but Dwayne Wade is very vocal about his support of the Heat. I could actually see that being facilitated because Wade is owner of the Jazz. Hey,
He is way
Danny.
too cool with the Heat to
Hey,
be
Danny,
an
Danny,
owner.
Danny, Danny. Nah, go ahead and make that happen, dog.
Shout out to Grant Hill. Grant Hill be showing up in Atlanta Hawks uniform, t-shirts
On
and
TV.
whatnot.
On TV. He don't have
That's
nothing
it.
to do with
That's-
Detroit
That is a good owner.
or
Thanks,
Orlando.
Grant. Yeah, that boy is. To me, upset. Put your Hawk shirt on now, Grant.
Yeah, I'm thinking I was gonna say to the Bucks, but that doesn't do anything for the Bucks either. But anyway,
Nothing.
Russell Westbrook has
Also, Westbrook.
has fired his agent. That is interesting because
Agent's name isn't Casey Close, is it?
they probably cousins. But
It's Freddie
Brian Windhurst, there's a whole lot going on right now with this whole Lakers drama. So let's start from the beginning. Russell Westbrook fires his agent. LeBron then goes on, or the episode of LeBron at the shop where LeBron is king subtweet. LeBron is king passive aggressive. That's why him and Drake are like so close. They are passive aggressive. So LeBron goes on to the shop and says, "What makes me have sleepless nights is when you don't have everyone that feels the same way about your game." Talking about the win or bust mentality. LeBron, we dealt Oladipo and Sabonis away for Serge Ibaka. Yeah, people.
Congratulations.
But I mean, come on, Sneaky, be positive. But anyway,
Hold him accountable for that.
and then it came out that all of them LeBron and Westbrook were in the summer league and didn't speak to each other at all. Now we could all be pawns in their game and they could be laughing at us, making fun of the media, like, bitch, they trying to come out with some
You're
stuff.
not manipulating us. Your team stinks.
But to me, this seems like there's a lot of where there's smoke, there's fire. And then after all of that happened, the agent left, LeBron and all them at Summer League. After all that happened, LeBron, Russ, and AD huddled for a phone conversation to confirm their commitment to making the Big Three work.
Stupid.
It's a whole lot of BS going
You
on in
know-
La La Land, dog.
You ever been in a relationship and both of y'all know that this relationship is never gonna work, but y'all both gonna make it work? This is what this is. Y'all need to break this up. AD, you broke up. Russ,
How do you break this up,
man,
though? LeBron's 38.
if I'm LA, I'm trying to get all my assets back. I'm just
How?
trying.
Who's going to do that for you?
I'm gonna tell you. Okay, first of all, I've heard that Russ possibly diverted in a trade to San Antonio. I don't hate that. I don't know if Popovich.
Who? They just signed Keldon Johnson. And they traded away Murray and Ronnie the Third. Who else?
I guess.
There's
I
nobody.
guess that was in a Kyrie trade. But
Jacob Podol. It'd have to be a 3-team trade.
You ruin that man's name every time.
Spell it.
Jakob Pertl, if you're listening to the Splashcast, one of us respects your name.
Your name is Jakob Pertl, and I pronounced it the American country way. Jacob Podol.
That's disrespectful.
My bad.
I'm trying to move AD so bad because he's such a bad situation as soon as LeBron disappears, and LeBron is not going to keep playing with these dudes.
Well, that's my thing with LeBron. If you are committed to winning and win now mentality, then go ahead trade AD.
Then this is trade everybody. You should just not have traded AD in the first place, kept the kids, and you'd have probably still won a championship. I am going to probably go to my grave believing that. I think that was the stupidest thing in the world. Get rid of all of those guys for this guy who was good in the bubble and ain't showed up since.
Before or after?
Yep, and you mortgage your whole future. You won't have another pick till 2027. Good luck and Godspeed. You deserve this. You take that cloudy-ass championship. You enjoy it. How about
I'm
that?
LeBron, I'm trading. Well, so that's the thing. All these dudes are 30 plus, or AD's right at 30. You can't trade.
AD is the oldest person on that court. Don't get that misconstrued.
Where would you trade AD? Who's going to take AD? Because they don't have anything else to give other than AD.
You could have traded him to the Timberwolves. Clearly, that would have been excellent.
You would have got. Then you would have had a 4 and a 5 that don't like to play in the paint.
Yep, you'd have had 2 rolls of Charmin up there together, boy.
Extra rolls.
I mean, I don't want him, but
there's nowhere to trade him. There's nowhere to trade any of these 3 players.
I could see Tony Wrestler taking AD 100%. That would be the most Atlanta Hawk thing to do. Trade
For
Clint
who?
Capella, John Collins, Onyeka Okongwu,
You
AJ
crazy.
Griffin.
First off, you are saying that Tony Wrestler and all of them are stupid because the Lakers are in the bind. So in the art of negotiation, if you're in the bind, I'm not giving you 3 or 4 of my players because you need my help. I'm Danny Ainge and I'm fleecing you.
Do you remember the Dwight Howard to Atlanta? That was also sponsored by Tony Wrestler.
Wasn't he a free agent?
That's not.
That was a free agent.
Whatever he was, Dwight Howard. Is not
that's a big difference though. You could sign Dwight Howard as a free agent. You're not going to trade for AD.
Whatever it was a bad idea.
That doesn't. But what does that have to do with trading?
What I'm saying is this is a bad deal. AD is a bad deal that we would take because he's box office. I 100% think so. Absolutely. He wants to make our team. He wants us to be the Lakers. And we have no way of acquiring a guy that good any other way.
I guess.
They give us 2 All-Stars. If you can get him to play for enough games to be eligible. But
so then there's Summer League. Oh, LeBron then made waves. Golly, this is the LeBron segment. He then made waves about Boston. He said they're racist as fuck, talking about Boston Celtics fan. LeBron, the funny thing is, we all knew that, but 1, 2, all of this is released right after Ray Allen said that LeBron isn't the GOAT and is nowhere near the GOAT, and saying that he's not the best dribbler, not the best shooter, not the best this, not the best that, which is a flawed argument in itself.
Hey, LeBron is a partial owner in the Boston fucking Red Sox.
I forgot about that. Well, the company he's a part of is, but yes.
Does he not think that the Celtics fans or Red Sox fans? I mean, I never claimed to be the smartest man in the world, but I'm surely not dumb. And you identified that these fans are racist, and you gonna
own the team up there? I thought you was gonna change the culture.
Are you telling me you're a supporter of racism?
Well, no. He said he just hates Celtics fans. He said he just hates them because they're racist as fuck. I mean, just because you own a team don't mean you gotta like the fans. I hate the fans too. That was just
imagine.
That was just an opportunity. His overall goal is say he wants to own a football franchise. So when you create a lot of stake and equity in all of these other places, you have stuff that you can sell off really quickly in order to get enough money to buy a football franchise. I don't think he likes Boston Red Sox. I think he's been to one game. He also owns a soccer team. He's been to one game.
Yeah, he goes over there too. You see him over there with all them suits on. Everybody had a suit on.
He was there for one game.
LeBron made the whole damn stadium put on suits to watch him come watch soccer. Taylor suits for the whole stadium.
So it's interesting that LeBron said that he hates Boston. That is a good point that he owns.
Nope. You want to know who he hates more? Ray Allen.
Why does he hate Ray Allen more? Because he just did that to him. The funny thing about this, and we're going to be real quick right here, is that Ray Allen said that LeBron is not the best because he's not the best at anything. He's not the best shooter. He's not the best dribbler. He's not the best defender. He's not just the auto. He's not the best everything, which is a terrible argument in itself because there's absolutely no way that Michael Jordan, who is voted mostly as the best player of all time, was the best. He was not the best shooter. He was not the best dribbler. He was not the best defender. He was a good defender. He was a great defender. He was great at a lot of stuff. He wasn't the best. Steph Curry is the best shooter of all time. Does that make him the best player? I mean, it doesn't.
I hate the internet because immediately if you say something wrong, they go find the worst points in your life and put them on recycle. So the world can see them.
These are a lot of clips. This is the first replay. I mean, these are 2-3 second clips that have been gone for a minute.
This is tragic. Why would y'all do that to Ray?
Because Ray did it to himself. Ray did it to
himself.
Dog,
I had an opinion, and maybe y'all don't like my opinion. Y'all don't need to take the very worst moments of my career and highlight them. That's damn.
The real question is why the hell did Cleveland have blue uniforms?
Why they always had the blue joints. But why is LeBron playing this aggressive with this man?
Because he hates the Celtics. He hates Boston. He hates the Celtics.
He need to knock him down like that. That's disrespectful, man. Thoughts and prayers to Ray Allen. I know your body probably still sore from the way that LeBron destroyed you. Jesus.
Oh man! And then of course,
speaking of LeBron destroying people who don't deserve it,
Drew League Bron.
This trash, dog.
LeBron had 42 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists, or whatever.
My Luka takes are right. Number one. And it is so
No, you said Luka plays defense. That was the terrible take right there. But go ahead. Back to LeBron. Let's not fall off the subject.
I'm not. But one thing for sure is no regular human should be tasked with attempting to guard LeBron. This is why we need to have regular people in the Olympics so you can see how far you are from reality. And these guys in the Drew League are your top tier regular humans. This man, LeBron, did.
I mean, Drew League is what, semi-pro, right?
Yeah, whatever it is. It's a pro am. Mm-hmm. But those guys are like your top tier amateur basketball players. I'm sure they played some level of pro or right there. But
and none of them are older. None of them are taller than 6'4".
And LeBron is out here. This is what LeBron would do to you. Next time that somebody says LeBron's not good, let this be a moment. You can't beat that dude the dude who LeBron's ass is kicking.
You can't beat him.
You can't beat that. you can't hold a candle to him, boy. He will do you like LeBron is doing.
Like, look at that. And that move right there was the difference between pro and everybody else. LeBron didn't do no move. He just put his shoulder in your chest and moved you out the way without moving the ball. He just went like this. He hit you with that, and you went
These
across
are-
the court.
These are good regular basketball players. Well, you get out there and get assaulted.
You know what's funny about this though?
Woo, slid him. Sir, get off me.
You know what's
Don't
funny
touch
about
me
this though? Kyrie didn't show up. Kyrie didn't show up.
What? Why do you think you know where Kyrie will or will not show up? His job don't even know that. Are you crazy as hell?
Oh man.
Yeah, you spend your entire life wondering about where Kyrie is going to show up or not show up. Waste
All
my
right.
damn time.
Yep. Yeah. And that a lot of people were like, dang, Kyrie's gonna be there. He was LeBron is gonna be there. Quavo showed up. Like it was a lot of people there. But enough talking about the old guys. Let's talk because people didn't even talk about DeMar DeRozan. If you want to be truly honest, he was there too. It was his team.
I would, if I was LeBron, I wouldn't let people talk about DeMar DeRozan either, considering he was supposed to be on my team.
No,
Oops.
that's your fault, LeBron.
Okay.
Quick
You see how good we could have played together? Now you just see it on a pro-am. Congratulations.
Summer League. Did you finish watching Summer League?
I watched what I needed to see.
What? So
But I want to start out with a completely different take here. These rings, I think the NBA should take the money that they set aside for the Summer League championship trophy budget and ring budget, and you should give that to the All-Stars of the WNBA.
or get a bigger All-Star trophy.
No, what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. If they don't have the money for their trophy, NBA, y'all need to hand this money over. Nobody deserves a Summer League ring and trophy in the first place. Give a better trophy to the women. Be chivalrous. Make the right decision here. Do the right thing. Because a Summer League
Does that really
championship-
have to do with chivalry though? That chivalry is doing stuff going out of your way. This is equality. This ain't chivalry. This is
Well,
equality.
ladies and gentlemen, that was a quick scope. Reggie does not respect the WNBA trophy, which none of us do, nor the.
Bruh, they can hold it with 2 fingers. Listen, fellas.
It was like this.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. If your girl gotta hold anything like this, it ain't right.
Nope. Next. Summer League.
Nah, man, the
Oh,
disappointment was
NBA.
real. The disappointment in the trophy, anything you gotta hold like this is always disappointment. But yeah, Summer League. Hey, before we bury the lead, shout out to Boston. Nope. Shout out to the Portland Trailblazers for winning the Summer League championship, beating the New York Knicks 85-77.
Think about that. That's so fitting. Blazers, Knicks. That's the only place you'll see this championship game.
Yeah, this in 2K.
No, 2K plays with logic.
But shout out to
You
them,
already
man.
know.
I do agree with you though. There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way. I started it. It is what it is. There's absolutely no way that the Summer League. First of all, let's circle back to that conversation. Summer League has rings and a trophy that's bigger than the WNBA All-Star trophy.
And you actually have to be good to be an all-star.
And now, the Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals have trophies. Have MVPs, where they get an MVP trophy. But the WNBA's one thing that a lot of people
can't
say,
even- I was gonna say they can't even charter flights, so yeah, expect the worst.
actions. I'm not always a proponent of this, but actions speak louder than words in this case. There's absolutely no way that you can say that we're investing in the WNBA and all this other stuff, and their trophy is literally the size of this white cup. There's no way. But then you give Summer League rings to dudes, and no shade to
They
these
gonna have
guys in there.
regular jobs.
But there's a lot of guys in there that are trying to they're playing to make the G League. The players that are making the team played 1 and 2
Real estate
games.
agent.
We ain't see no Chet
Fire.
Holmgren. We ain't see no Jabari or Paolo or Keegan in the last. Well, we saw Keegan, but we didn't say any, or even Kenny Lofton Jr. We didn't see none of them.
Door-to-door salesman.
Knives,
doing a lot of things.
vacuums.
Cutco, baby. What you know about them knives? Sharpest knives you ever need. But yeah, these guys gonna have regular jobs, and they won rings. And the women who are actually good and all-stars have the work. I would have left the trophy there. You know how you win something and you be like, you know what, y'all can keep that. I don't even need it. I'm good. No. Where am I gonna put this in my house? I'm an accomplished athlete. Other people actually respect me, so they probably have like, you gotta think of what like AAU trophies they have that look better than that. I'm gonna put that trophy in one of my other trophies. How about that?
Let's switch gears real quick in Summer League. Top 3 draft picks. Paolo, Chet, Jabari. Or Paolo, Jabari, Chet. Now that you've seen all 3 play in Summer League, give me your reaction. Give me a redraft. Orlando was 1, Houston was 2, Oklahoma was 3.
I was always Banchero first. I knew that was the right pick. I'm doubling down on that. Jabari Smith didn't give me enough to think that he should be 2. I don't really like Chet's game because he's so skinny.
No,
But
so you
he
don't like
showed-
Chet's body. His game is nice.
Well, no, they fit together for me. I don't like his game because you can push him around.
Okay.
And for me, he still shows up more than Jabari. And if I can see it already, then yeah, I'm gonna pick the guy who shows up.
Jabari looks like he's about to be a defensive menace. Jabari on defense is a problem. He guarded the 1 through 5 the whole time.
But it's not, for me, it's not even close.
Now, I will say Paolo definitely was the number 1 pick.
That dude.
He is for real deal Holyfield.
Please don't
much
make
so,
me stupid. Please
so
don't
much
make me
so that, God, I hate
his
doing this.
his
because
handle
you don't,
alone.
you don't know
is
how to
worth it.
take a compliment, but I can see now Orlando trading one of those guards not because of what you said, but because Paolo, I knew he was a playmaker, and I knew that he was a 6'10", 240-pound player that can play right now. But the way that he's playing and the way that he got everybody else involved and the way that his now I will say he was playing against a lot of people that are going to be door-to-door salesmen. But Paolo will be probably your primary ball handler. At least number 2. So depending on how you want to use him,
You can't. I don't think you can afford to do that in Orlando because neither one of them are shooters. Cole Anthony needs the ball in his hand in order to be.
so then Jalen Suggs goes.
Did not.
Yeah, you said trade him for Kevin Porter Jr.
I told you, I just
But you said that. No,
I
you said
said
that
right.
before Paolo. No, no. You said that before they drafted Paolo. I'm saying now that they've drafted Paolo, if they had drafted Chet, I wouldn't have made the trade. If they had drafted Jabari, I wouldn't have made the trade. But if you draft Paolo,
Let me ask you a question. You think the ball? One thing I will give Chet is he's a ball handler, and he'll be playing against a guy who is slower. I would much rather have the ball in Chet's hands than Jalen Suggs' hands because his matchup is going to be better.
no, I disagree. So you saying if they didn't get Paolo, you would get Chet, you would still trade one of those guards?
Yeah, because Chet is going to be able to bring the big out, space the floor, and he's a good enough ball handler. And the guy who's going to be guarding him, 9 out of 10 chances, probably not. Well, I don't know.
But please, in the
Depends.
East,
I just thought about
everybody that's going to guard him,
is probably going to be a 3. He is probably going to get guarded by 3s who are playing the 4.
he's going to get guarded by Giannis.
Hell no.
Yes, he.
Nah,
Who else is
not
Giannis going to
Reese.
guard in Orlando? Or Oklahoma City. He's going to get guarded by Giannis. He will get guarded by John Collins.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you right. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not. I'm putting Bobby Portis on him first. Bobby Portis is tougher, and that gives
Bobby
me
Portis is
opportunities.
not tougher than Giannis. But Giannis is also 6'11". So there's no shoot. The reason I pick Giannis over Bobby Portis is because there's no shooting over Giannis. You can
Well,
shoot
let
over
me be
Bobby
clear.
Portis.
Bobby Portis is going to be tougher on Chet than Giannis is. He's going to get physical with Chet, and probably to a certain degree.
I think
probably get
Giannis
on
is
Chet.
Okay, we're spiraling.
Just-
Giannis
but-
is
but
definitely
what
going
I'm
to be.
What I'm saying is Bobby Portis is going to. He's going to. I think he will bully him more. I think that he will intentionally try to get Chet out of the game. Giannis is physical, but he don't really try to bully you. He just tries to win basketball games. Bobby Portis is going. I think.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, bully is when I talk about bully, I'm talking about like PJ Tucker. Like, I'm going to physically just try to get into you and irritate you. Giannis is just trying to beat you. You just
Okay.
happen to be in the way, DeAndre Ayton, 50 times. But
That sounds like bully to
but
me.
yeah, but it's not as psychological. It's just physical.
So let's
I think
circle.
Bobby-
Let's circle back to the
Go ahead.
subject though, because now we on Bobby Portis guarding Chet, and the original was to do the summer league roundups. So right now, these are the top 3 picks, right?
Yep.
Out of these 3, I'm taking is Paolo, Chet, Jabari for me. I think they all have tremendous upside. I think Jabari, in no fault of his own, it's not a shot saying that he won't be good or great. But Jabari has the lower ceiling of these 3 players by far. Just offensively, he's not a creator. He can dunk on you. He can play defense. Now, he can guard the 1 through the 5 now. But offensively, he's not there.
I'm not going to say his ceiling is not there because he could be a very good offensive player. Like, you got to think. He's going to be offensively better than Clint Capella and still also be a top
What does that say? But go ahead.
Okay, so I'm saying a guy who gets you somewhere between 17 to 20 points and then also be a top tier. Yeah, where are the guys who are really good defense and can get you 20 points? Name those guys.
So you think he's going to get you 20 points? I think that's where his Achilles. The only way he'll get you 20 points is off rebounds and dunks. He's not his offensive game is non-existent right now.
I think it's very realistic that he can get you 20 points and probably be a top tier defender. And that makes you a damn good basketball player. Period.
Peak Rashard Lewis is the second lowest floor. That's a good point. So yes, Paolo and all of them were good. But there's one player that came in. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not the biggest college basketball fan anymore because everybody leaves and goes to the G League or they go play overseas or they go get paid now. So college basketball really doesn't have the highest talent, the top tier talent that they used to have. One person, I was not ready for Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray averaged 21 points, 7 rebounds on 65% shooting.
Yep.
And was the MVP. Now, that is an interesting pick because that seems like he's the missing piece for the Sacramento Kings. You already have Fox at one level. You got Sabonis at another level. You needed that wing. And he seems like he's it. And he plays defense.
Oh, no. You got to think about that team in its entirety. Fox, Davion Mitchell,
Malik Monk.
Kevin Huerter, Keegan Murray, DeMontis Sabonis.
Malik Monk off the bench.
Yep.
And he's 6'8".
Yeah, you probably need a little bit more.
He shot 40%
Deep.
from 3.
They don't have any defense, especially not in the front going defense. Like Keegan Murray's gonna be good enough on defense, but DeMontis Sabonis is terrible on defense. And
Yeah.
like Keegan, he's gonna need to play next to a guy who can at least hold
Ugh.
his own on defense.
I didn't realize he was
But I
6'8"
li-
either.
I like this kid though. I picked him early Because at one point this was supposed to be the John Collins swap. So immediately I was like, all right, well, let me see what this guy is. It's like, he ain't John Collins, but what he is, I don't hate.
Well, he's not a 4. He's a 3.
No.
But I mean, his game is smooth.
I mean, if you're 6'8", 215, you could very well be a 4 in the NBA today.
His game is smooth though. Like,
yeah,
the way that he plays, I'm not saying he's as affluent a scorer right now, but we didn't know this guy was a scorer either. He never started a game in college. Devin Booker kind of burst onto the scene, right? Keegan Murray reminds me of him, just a more athletic version, if you can think of a more athletic version. That's what reminds me of Keegan Murray. He was the G League MVP.
I like him and my boy Tari Eason.
Tari Eason really was good.
Him. I like him a lot. I really wish, especially with AJ Griffin and this whole injury thing, I really wish we had picked Tari Eason. He was the guy we needed, and he plays super aggressive.
Well, I got 2. So let's move to sleepers because we gotta get to football. Let's move to sleepers real quick. The sleeper. Oh, your sleeper is
Tari Eason.
Tari Eason. I'll tell you my sleeper, who I was super impressed with. He looks like the light-skinned reincarnation of Zebo. Your man Kenneth Lawson Jr.
Oh yeah.
Is going to be a problem. He is going to be a problem because, one, he has an edge. He plays with the biggest chip on his shoulder ever. He already says about it. He's too big. He's too slow. He can't jump. He's not tall enough. All of this stuff. He went out there and went right at Chet. He had 14 points at halftime.
That's the reason I told you, man. All that Chet looks cool until you play against a man. And Kenny Lofton Jr. is a man, but he ain't even fully became the man he gonna be. And if you can't deal with him, what you think you finna do with the rest of these adults?
Kenneth Lofton Jr. stays in shape, man. There is
and
a problem here. He is and to go to Memphis, that's the perfect place for his personality too.
Place. Exactly. And he's still not in like great shape. Like you can still imagine if he ever like got past the husky phase and actually got into the gym and got strong.
Nothing you could do. There'd be nothing you could do because he can shoot. When he came down and hit that pull-up 3, I was like, I did not know that was part. I didn't know that was part of his game. Now,
hey, Chet, what you gonna do with that now?
Chet came down, hit a 3 too.
Yeah, that's fine. But then he gonna put you in the pace, drop that elbow in your chest. You gonna rethink a lot of parts of your life.
When Memphis just lost Slow-Mo. They just lost Slow-Mo out there, and this seems like an upgrade. Personally,
this is the perfect place to let him play aggressively. Ja's gonna do his own thing. You got Jaren Jackson. Boy, could you imagine maybe him, let Jaren Jackson play the 5, move Kenny Lofton to the 4.
The immovable object, just let Jaren Jackson just roam because he's already a top shot blocker.
And I was about to say, and this allows Jaren Jackson to fill out his Karl Anthony Towns and go back out to the perimeter because you have somebody who likes to play in the paint.
But defensively, like you can't. What I noticed about everybody in the post when they can't back him down because he's too strong.
Stand right there in the post and then just let Jaren Jackson fly from side to side and block shots. He'll be your help side defender, and Kenny Lofton is just in the middle stopping things. He's a nose tackle.
Kenneth Lofton Jr. was a beast, and then that's my sleeper. But there's another sleeper that's really not a sleeper. It's just that they're crazy, and it's these guys. These guys, the Warriors. The Warriors got all the sleepers. Kuminga out there looking like athletic Draymond. Moses Moody out there shooting 34, 43s. James Wiseman catching oops. And then they got these other dudes that are out there just playing well. Like the Warriors are crazy right now. And I actually, coming off this Grizzlies discussion, the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Oh no, Ron Soto won.
He definitely needs to be on the no, he needs to be anti-Zion. Whatever Zion was doing, you need Kenny Lofton Jr.
But
Hey, bro, you need to not be eating this Memphis barbecue, though, boy.
But what I'm
Boy!
saying-
No.
what I'm saying is the Warriors and the Grizzlies are set up just by seeing last year's playoffs and this summer league. They're set up for years to come to be a mean rivalry. Mean rivalry.
Oh yeah. Well, you know that Andre Iguodala really started all of this when he said he didn't want to go there after the trade. So yeah, this is gonna be a problem until it ain't.
And it
But
was
Grizzlies,
the correct move.
Pick your problems correctly though. You don't want them boys. It's a lot of problems to have. That is the worst one to have.
I'm about to say you can be tough in a 1-on-1, 1-on-2 fight. You start getting jumped, to make the problems you want, dog. And the Warriors specialize in jumping you.
and they always got somebody new. It's gonna be somebody who we have never spoken about playing for the Warriors. Next season is gonna have a breaking out season every time.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the basketball segment, man. We're going to jump right to our football segment in a couple of minutes. Y'all stay tuned. It's going to be real quick, man.
We're going to jump to and through.
Lamar Jackson out there beefing with Ravens alumni, and I don't know what's going on in college football. It's a whole lot of movement. Coach is saying some wild inflammatory stuff. Y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all stay tuned.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm what the streets made, street raised. Represented for the homies on lock, a 6 feet grave. And these days it's a must you stay solid. The rules you should follow is either you get swallowed, homie. Now stand up, put your motherfucking hands up. This ain't no jack move, nigga. Pull your pants up and man up. You out here looking like a dancer. JoJo shooting at children and that's a no-no. You up the fofo, you better be ready for what's behind it. These niggas ain't playing, they come to find him. Now let the street lights blind him. Staring at his eyes wide shut, the way they did it was fucked up. But that's how it goes. 1 minute you 10 toes, and the next you hear a pop and you bleeding and out cold. These youngsters amongst us thinking they bout to bunk us and don't realize that we the ones that got shit crunk up. If you a father, then you raise your son. If you a mama, pray those days don't come. Death is permanent. Ain't no coming back from that. You ain't the only one walking around strapped. In fact, they got guns everywhere you look. A potential killer lurks in every hand you shook. Yo, we did it for dope and the dollar signs. You did it for likes all on your lives.
Yeah,
Surprise.
what the streets made, street raised. Mama through LA fucking with B's and them C's. Stuck in the D game. I got different flavors of dope like niggas got weed strains. Wait till the rigor mortis set in. That nigga freeze frame. My blow came on a tugboat. Fentanyl got him comatose. Gotta watch it these days. They can trace it back when a nigga overdosed. Took his ass on the tour when it came to rap. He was just a local hoe. Space rapping nigga worldwide show sold out. Don't both coast nigga cold that shit. We jack these rappers while they out shopping. Nigga let me hold that shit. Maybe if your jewelry wasn't so blurry, nigga could've sold that shit. Nigga came A deep and it still couldn't kill me. That was some whole ass shit. They'd have forced my hand. I'd have made my plan. Nigga ready for the blowback, bitch. Gremlin like Kodak, bitch. I done bust that.
Yes, we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with our football segment of episode 63 of the Around the League Monday Night Raw edition. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is gonna be a quick segment. What we got to talk about, man? Let's talk about Lamar real quick. So Lamar Jackson backstory. Lamar Jackson is in contract negotiations.
Or not.
He's in where he's supposed to be. He should be in
negotiations.
contract negotiations. Everybody has an opinion about how much money they should pay Lamar Jackson. Now, we referenced Christian Kirk in the basketball segment about resetting the market. Deshaun Watson reset the market and for the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns not only reset the market and fucked the rest of the league, they also fucked the Ravens in their own division because Lamar is up for a contract extension literally the next year. So I'm already looking at fully guaranteed $50 million as the baseline because I ain't got none of the problems Deshaun got, and they paid him a crazy amount of money. So
Those are crazy people, though. Don't take that. Once again, just because somebody else did something stupid don't mean that I'm going to be stupid too.
So Deshaun, the controversy is what added to the controversy was Hollywood Brown left his number one receiver, or if you could call it a number one receiver, his leading receiver. We'll say that. I don't think they had a number one receiver. His leading receiver left and went to Arizona with another similar style quarterback with questionable coaching. So he literally made a lateral move and left his best friend to go to Arizona. Now, they did get a first round pick back, so I would have made that trade too. But what everybody says, and this is Norwood's point, is no receivers are going to come to play for the Ravens in free agency. And apparently Brashad Perriman, I'm sorry, not Brashad Perriman, I apologize, Bernard Pollard agrees, saying that yes, he's a talent, but they'll never get a number one receiver or a good receiver in free agency because nobody wants to play with Lamar. Nobody wants to play with play in that system. So why would you pay Lamar all that money if you can't get a receiver to play in that system?
Well,
and then Lamar responded, and they went back and forth, and Lamar responded as if he was still in South Florida. He did not respond like he was the quarterback and face of the franchise. But go ahead.
So those two things are kind of different to me. You have to pay Lamar a ton of money because, yes, he's a quarterback. Maybe he doesn't throw as much as a lot of quarterbacks, but he's still good when he does throw the ball. He's very effective running the ball. So you're kind of getting two for the price of one. Mm-hmm. But the point of view from the wide receiver is I'm never going up there because I'm not going to get enough touches because this is a running football team. And that's how I get paid. Or you guys are just going to have the guy who's willing to just go to a team and you're just going to have to pay me a ton of money to be on your team or I'm not going to show up.
So Lamar roasted Bernard Pollard, and of course Bernard Pollard said, I got a ring, you don't.
He has an MVP and you don't. Get out of there, man. You got to understand, you need to know your role. Oh, there it is. Lord Jesus. God, dog, I saw it there.
That's Prince Nassim, man. Tony Jefferson. Tony Jefferson, the starting free safety, went and defended Lamar, saying, "Oh my God!" Like Bernard Pollard says, "I got a ring," but and Lamar's responsible. Well, yeah, 2 tackles. Everybody know that was Ray Lewis and Ed Reed's team. Like they went at it. This brings on.
Why are you going at it with an MVP? Your name will never be brought up in most valuable player of this team, most valuable player of the NFL. You're embarrassing yourself talking directly to Lamar.
Well,
hindsight, but if you want to look like a fool, then go for it.
But also, Bernard Pollard is also known for this since he retired. He's the same guy that came out and said that John Harbaugh needed to be. I'm sorry. Yeah, John Harbaugh needed to be fired. Like
so he specializes in being stupid.
Yeah, he specializes in baiting people, using social media to express his opinion and baiting people.
That's not a bait. That is you embarrassing yourself by saying something that sounds foolish. You said it and you have a large platform, so tons of people know you say anything. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, man. So I think Lamar's gonna prove him wrong. Lamar has already come back and gained weight and not the husky weight. He looks like he's been in the gym heavy.
He's a Floridian. He'll be fine.
I am interested to see.
Stronger every year.
Yeah, they're Super Saiyans. I am interested to see what they're gonna do at receiver. There's really not much to. They do have Bateman. They have Bateman. They have Brashad Perriman. I think they still have. They signed him again.
And they have Mark Andrews.
Tight end. I said interested in what they're doing at receiver. Like,
Passing game.
yeah, but I know he's a tight end. I know he's a receiving tight end, but I'm talking about receiver. You have to have. You either use your tight end to open your receivers, or you use receivers to open the tight end. But you can't do either if you don't have any good receivers. So you got to have some type of receivers. Even though, like Hollywood Brown, folks are saying Hollywood Brown left. Hollywood Brown had like 1,000 drops. Lamar Jackson had like 50 touchdowns and could have had probably 10 more. So
the issue that I have is either Hollywood Brown is an idiot, or Lamar, or he doesn't want to play there. Because you got to think Hollywood Brown is going to go to the Cardinals, who have Larry Fitzgerald, AJ Green, and Hopkins. And they have the boy Ertz at tight end. You're the fifth option? You'd rather be the fifth option for the Cardinals than the second option for the Ravens.
He should have went to the 49ers.
One of us is wrong. Somebody is surely wrong.
Because Larry Fitzgerald is the slot receiver there. So, I mean, but no, that's wrong. Because Hollywood Brown is going to take the place of Christian Kirk. Run really fast down the field. That's what you're going to be.
Yeah, but you're still the fifth option.
So is Christian Kirk.
Yes, but you're the second option in Baltimore.
But your point was, I mean,
my point is somebody is wrong, and we're gonna figure it out soon. Either you're a fool for leaving, or you should have left, and I don't know what y'all gonna pay that dude.
Did Larry retire? Larry Fitzgerald retire?
I have not seen a
I have not heard. I have not seen any thank yous.
We would have reported on it.
I have not seen any thank yous for Larry. To me, Hollywood, that was. I don't blame him for leaving. If he felt like, I don't think it was an indictment on Hollywood. I think it was an indictment on the offensive coordinator for the Ravens.
Bad to want,
but I think he should have. I think he should have gone to. I think he would have been all pro if he gone to San Francisco. Personally.
Absolutely, everybody's all pro when you go to San Francisco.
When you go to San Francisco and you're with Shanahan, if you remember Shanahan with the Falcons, Taylor Gabriel made the Pro Bowl. Taylor Gabriel is short and fast and just ran really, really fast down the middle of the field. Not Allen Robinson. His name was I think A. Robinson is what we'll call him. Number 19. He was actually opening the Super Bowl. Wide open. That would have been the greatest position for him to go, the greatest team for it. Because all you have to do is we'll line you up somewhere and just make you run really, really fast down the field. And I have two quarterbacks that can at least get you the ball.
Kyle Shanahan is the new Sean Payton.
I don't hate it. Haha, Saints don't have him anymore. Let's go to college football real quick.
Nobody is accounting for the fact that Sean Payton is no longer the coach of the Saints.
Reggie is. Reggie has. I've said that over and over again. That's why we're not the 31st Falcons, not the 31st team in the league. Y'all crazy as hell. But anyway, let's get to college football real quick. Interesting stat. 58 of the 131 projected FBS starting QBs are transfers. 58. That's almost 50%. That's 45%.
You know what that sounds like to me? Free agency.
That's what it is. And Lane Kiffin said, well, we have free agency in college football. I don't hate it because, I mean, you better pay them what they worth. Yeah. Y'all making $1 billion off of y'all running the schools off of these players and not paying them. I don't want a day. I want the money. You can keep the alumni day. I don't need to come back for the spring game and shake hands and get a certificate. Give me the money. I'll make my own certificates. But this is interesting though.
The one position that is allowed to do whatever they want to.
Quarterback.
There's a deeper, darker here, but we're gonna continue. Football is 8 weeks away.
8 weeks away. Let's laugh real quick. I've never. Let's go ahead and pause this whole statement.
Yeah, let me mute myself. Post. I'm gonna mute myself. I want everybody to be able to hear this clearly. We're probably gonna play this twice. If you're in a place where things are not safe for work, please turn the volume down.
This is when you should have coaching before you get onto the stage. So Brent Venables was basically the coach in waiting in Clemson. He was the associate head coach, the defensive coordinator, the everything for Clemson. And now he has accepted the head coaching job at Oklahoma. And this was his introductory press conference at Big 12 Day.
Inserted in my mouth here, and we've been blowing and going, and so it's been just like you would expect. The fire hose is fully inserted in my mouth here, and we've been blowing and going, and so
So, little context here. He's talking about what has the transition been like going from defensive coordinator in Clemson to head coach at Oklahoma in such a short period of time. He was trying to say the phrase that a lot of people say, well, I'm trying to drink from a fire hose, right? So that's what that means, is what he's trying to say. But his execution of this explanation, remember, you muted yourself. His execution of this explanation was atrocious. He said he wants to stick the fire hose in his mouth, and he's blowing and going.
Can you read that transcript for me one more time?
No, I'm not going to read it. No.
Because, I mean, I don't think
we've been
everybody
blowing
heard.
and going, and so it's been just like you would expect. The fire hose is fully inserted in my mouth here, and we've been blowing and going, and so it's been just like you would expect. The fire hose is fully inserted in my mouth here, and
you know, and the thing is, you know, there's trigger words. There's like inserted. That's a trigger word that you like, hey man, what you saying? But for the people that say, oh, y'all must think that way because y'all always say ayo or pause or whatever. No, it's just funny. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now,
and I have a sense of humor.
You don't have to be childish. This is a humor. If somebody says to you, "Is inserted in my mouth," and I'm blowing and going, that's gonna raise an eyebrow. What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, judge your mother. That's funny.
There's a joke there too, but
I'm gonna laugh. Unless your mother is dating Zachary Taylor Thomas.
Hey, ooh. No, she was fire hosing it too, probably.
Whoa, hey. 8 weeks until football starts. You guys ready?
8 weeks until the defending national champion Bulldogs kickoff against Oregon. Also wanted to bring this up because Norwood keeps referencing Anthony Richardson. He is no longer AR-15. He does not want to be associated with the automatic rifles that have been used to kill and used in mass shootings in America. He will have a total rebrand coming soon, but he asked that you do not call him AR-15, although that is one of the toughest football names, especially for a quarterback ever.
This is why we can't have nice things. People don't know how to act and allow us to have fun. You people actually have to go out and buy guns and shoot people. So now we live in such a sensitive society that the man who has been given literally one of the best nicknames in the history of college football, and you guys ruin it. We're never gonna have anything. That's
talking about Florida?
Reggie. Enjoy y'all little piece of championship. Y'all gonna be just
it's a whole one now. It's a whole one. Ain't no piece.
University of Georgia Lakers.
What that mean? We didn't win a championship in the bubble. We won one fair and square. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Norwood is speechless. We've come to the end of the football segment of the Around the League edition of the Splash Cast. We are now going to jump to our final segment, our splashes of the week. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned.
And whatever you do, as long as you live, don't talk like that, man. Don't say none of that ever again.
flags. Duck down or move fast and push your own coof back. Nigga, till I do this with the ease. I collect my fees and then I breeze. Neck on freeze like it's below 32 degrees. Check my steeds, hold up.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of the Around the League edition of episode 63 of the Splash Cast, the Splashes of the Week. Well, normally these are news and notes around the entire league that is normally not in your big four: football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Where do you want to start, man? Let's. Okay, so
hold on, before we start, this home run derby don't look like the rest of baseball, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh, brother, it's a whole lot of
Don't
melanin,
look like the rest
a lot of
baseball.
melanin over there.
Boy, I ain't seen that. Boy, more black baseball.
And make no mistake, it's a lot of dreads and fades out there.
Boy.
So they may
Boy.
speak Spanish or
Where are
Portuguese, but they
where's
black.
Where's the rest of the representation?
They got eliminated. Schwarber, out of there.
All right, come on.
Ain't no
Splash of the
Schwarbers.
week,
Ain't no
splash of the week.
Schwarbers. Ain't no Schwarbers. Ain't no Pete Alonsos. Ain't none of them. It's Rodriguez's.
He ain't back
Lot
in the
of-
house. Yeah.
Lot of Rodriguez. They
Yeah.
showed Pete Alonso doing some squats after he lost. There's some
I'ma head
Sotos.
on out of here. Y'all got this. This y'all thing.
Hey man, I do
Hey.
want to preface this. We support your right to be and identify with whoever you want to be and identify as. Gonna say that.
I think I'm gonna have a unique position on this. You know what?
Leah Thomas became the first openly transgender athlete to win an NCAA Division I national championship this year and has been nominated for the 2022 NCAA Woman of the Year. That's my introduction. That's it. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Juan Soto, winning our home run derby. And this one, I'm going to actually let women make this decision. If y'all let Leah Thomas,
She's a
nope, hear me out. I'm going to leave it right here on their doorstep. If women decide to make her woman of the year, then that is their response. If women decide not to make her woman of the year, then that is their response. But whatever their response is, I will follow suit with. That makes sense?
Yeah. I'm trying my best to gather my words. I think this is some bullshit.
I'm not a woman, so it ain't I don't have a dog in the fight. I can't tell you who.
I'm not a woman either, and I don't identify as a woman. But I think, in my opinion,
Nobody thought you did. I don't think nobody.
you think somebody thought that
cut
she
that.
did, or nobody
Please
thought
cut
she did.
that.
Nobody
That
thought
is a
she
real
did
for
until she
sure.
decided to go.
Oh boy, well that's the end of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all have fun. It has been a wonderful 63 episodes. Oh nope, and there we go. That's a double down. I hope y'all have had a wonderful time enjoying me and
I
Roland
didn't even say my take on this.
the podcast formerly known as the Splash Cast. Boy, we done lost Jesus and Miro this week, and looked like you done lost Norwood and Davis.
All I said was I think there's some bullshit. I think it's some bullshit to me. But again, I am not able to process what it's like to be in the shoes of Leah.
Oh my
who-
goodness, I have no, don't make
You about to say that size 12? Nah, you weren't about to say that.
that.
Go ahead and say it. I mean, we here now.
Hey, so whatever the women decide to do with Leah Thomas, I will be in lockstep and full support. Leah Thomas is Woman of the Year. I will be the first to congratulate Leah Thomas on winning Woman of the Year. I think that would be a true accomplishment.
Will not, and I do not. I disagree, but go ahead.
Yeah, if she is able to win it and wins it, congratulations. That is quite the feat. If you don't win it, I assume that women are not voting you Women of the Year. But whatever the answer is what it surely will be.
So you just
Best
rolling
of
with the
luck
punches.
to all parties involved.
I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling with this. I'm not wishing best of luck. I don't agree with it. Personally, I don't agree with it.
If women want Leah Thomas to be Woman of the Year, then who are we to debate women?
You speaking as if women are the only people that vote.
I definitely don't think that men should have a vote in Woman of the Year.
Well, I'm gonna let you know right now.
Let me tell you places where we should probably shut up. Right there. We don't treat women good enough to to really be voting on who's the best woman. Nope.
I just know of the female swimmers that have gone against Leah Thomas, none of them that have been shown
have come close.
Agree with her. Agree with Leah Thomas. I'm not agree with Leah Thomas participating and winning or dominating.
I can definitely understand that point of view. I can see how that could be relatively frustrating. But if women decide to make her Woman of the Year,
boy, I mean,
clearly they don't care about your frustrations.
Well, I mean, you are king steal a base, boy. You gonna be safe every time when it comes to stuff.
That's not safe.
That is the safest safe card. Whatever.
I disagree.
Bruh, how do you feel about this? Well, however they feel is how I feel. That's a safe comment. That's what you just said.
If that's what you interpret from what I'm saying, I think you may be missing the boat.
Well then, circle back and tell me. How do you feel? You said it had women.
I say it would be a hell of a feat if Leah Thomas wins Woman of the Year. And if she wins it, then she deserves to have won it. If
that is not what but your original statement was wherever women vote is how you're going. That's a safe statement.
I agree. But
you are literally not picking whether you agree or disagree with this at all. You're not saying whether or not. You're not stating an opinion at all.
Interpret it as safe. I interpret it as if she can win, then she won it.
So you're saying your opinion is inconsequential, so you won't give one.
No, if she can win that award, she deserves to have that award.
Come on,
I hope
man.
that to me makes perfect sense.
Okay, well I'll go out on a limb. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
That is the equivalent of. Nope, I'm not gonna say that.
Say it. You ain't said nothing yet.
Because what I was gonna say didn't match up. I'm trying to think of a person.
Juwanna Mann.
No. No. No.
You gonna have to give an opinion on this.
If I am giving an opinion, and if you don't give, if she can win it, she should have it. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think.
So you
if
put
y'all
the
gonna
onus
give it
on
to
the
her,
voters.
then let her have it. Go ahead. I can't tell y'all what to do with y'all womanhood, but if you gonna give it to Leah Thomas and make her Woman of the Year, salute you. Then you are inclusive.
I remember we've been friends for a long time, and with Rachel Dolezal, when all that came out, you were not as passive as you are right now.
I'm included in that group, and I'm gonna tell you right now, she can't never be.
Me.
What would be the award?
Black person of the year?
Hell no! You can't be no black person of the year.
Why she can't? She wore her hair in an African American way.
You immediately disqualify from being black person of the year. I'm gonna start giving that award out, black person of the year.
Why was she disqualified?
Because she ain't black.
Why? How is she not black? She identified as black.
Oh, all right. Let me tell you right now. Like I said, she wouldn't have won that award.
Why?
Not a chance. Because black people wouldn't have went for that. That's the reason I'm saying. But had she won the award, then she deserved to win it.
So that's
she would've never
that's
won.
but that's my point. That's not what you said. Okay.
You not listening. You not listening to what I'm
You
telling
keep saying
I'm
she
telling-
deserved to win that
I
award.
am-
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying. You're just not making. You're not making a definitive statement, which is what you're good
Yes,
at.
I am.
You have tap
My
danced
statement
around.
is definitive. It is the infinitive. If y'all let her win, then she deserved to have it.
On a more serious note.
You deserve it.
On a more serious note, child trafficking is one of the biggest problems in America that is
I thought you were
widely.
gonna say this, what this country was born on. My bad. My apologies.
I was gonna get there. I was about to tie it all in. Child trafficking is a big problem, especially amongst the demographic taking advantage of many different cultures and their children. A lot of times people think about child trafficking and only think about the sexual exploitation, which is terrible, which is always in the forefront. But there's other types of child trafficking that people don't talk about. Running legend Mo Farah, if you remember when Mo Farah won the gold medals in 2012, 2016, 2018, I want to say. I'm sorry. 2016, 2012, 2000. I may have won in 2020. But he was real famous for doing the Mo as doing the TO, but doing the Mo Farah. I think he did it like this. Mo Farah, MF. And then he posed with Usain Bolt. He was a really big deal. He broke all the records. A documentary came out to where Farah says he was trafficked into the UK as a child and forced to work as a domestic servant. He also said that Mo Farah is not his name. His real name is Hussein Abdi Kahim.
This is awful.
This is awful. It's disappointing. It's even more awful and disappointing that it's just not that it takes somebody of this stature to overcome so much to bring this to the forefront. This is something that's been happening for years, but we know that old male demographics have kept this alive in all facets of life. Fortune 500 companies, politics, whatever. All of this seems to follow them. I'm just happy that he actually made it. And I'm also happy that he is participating in a documentary to bring more notoriety to it.
This is so frustrating on so many different levels. First of all, we are too fucking old to be talking about child trafficking, slavery. This is wild.
You mean the country?
Just go ahead. Yes. Right now in the world, this is too far. Number two, this man has been forced to live a lie.
Couldn't even go by his own name.
His entire existence. And think about it, so many people live a lie and they don't know they're living a lie. He is conscious and sees, he knows who he is. And has to completely eliminate who you truly are as a human just to exist.
Look what he had to go through to even get a voice to this. He had to be a 2-time world record-setting Olympic champion to even get notoriety for this. Because if he's out here, there's got to be a ratio of 100 to 1 of other people that have gone through this that just don't speak about it, or speak about it and don't get the press and everything that he gets. And this is a real problem. He's a great human being.
Literally being human trafficked to an Olympian, world record holder. This is
Human trafficking is bad, man.
Make you really think I got to do more with my day. I have to find a way to be more productive with my day.
It's sad, but I do want to say shout out to Mo
Him
Farah,
getting his life back,
aka Hussein Abdi Kahine. He earned his life back. He went and had to do all of this to get his life back.
And think of just everything that is tied to a name. And this is sad to make me think about, man.
Even you said that's a bar. What you just said, everything that's tied to a name. I think us growing up as African Americans, and for many of us not being able to trace back can trace back to a certain point in time, our names are just now, especially family names, are just now being revered generations wise, right? You rarely will have, like, our friend Eloway is an anomaly to say he's the 4th or the 5th or the 6th. There's very rare you see that. Mo Farah, better known as Hussein Abdi Kahine, is from North Africa. They know their history back thousands of years. All of those names,
what his name is,
all those names, and where he got it from, the meaning of it, who gave it to him, why it's a family name. They know all of that tradition. So to have that stripped away as a child is
but a child aware enough. Like, if you just change a kid's name before a kid knows his name, that's one thing. But to be cognizant enough and be, old enough to know, hey, this is my real name, my real birth name that I was given. I have to throw that away. I could never use that in mixed company. I really probably can't even think about it because it's just going to drive me crazy.
Shout out to his parents and his family for not allowing him to forget that name either. But go ahead.
I mean, that just, I can't imagine what that does psychologically for you. Prayers to this guy. I can only imagine what type of PTSD comes with this. But shout out to you being a great human.
Yep. Shout out to you to be the great human. I hope this brings awareness. We will definitely support any of the Splashcast. Will definitely support any of the any organizations or movements that he starts to fight child trafficking.
And stop being evil. Damn.
I don't know if people know how to stop being evil. I don't know if people know how to stop being evil. I think I think people, the world has run in such a fucked up spin or such a fucked up way for so long that I don't know if people know how to be good.
I don't even, like, now when I get into, like, when I think about these things, I don't even want to think. I just want to understand, what made you think you should do that? Just tell me that. Like, I don't want to, like, psychoanalyze you. Think about what made you think this is the right course of action, and answer that. Or are you just evil? And if you're just evil, just say, you know what? Evil human.
Yeah. And finally, in one last tidbit of news, Major League Baseball settles minor league players' wage and hour class action lawsuit for $185 million. Basically, the lawsuit was that is going to raise the minimum wage of minor league baseball players, as well as they will get overtime and other remedies available under the law, state laws, in order to for fair compensation. Everybody knows in baseball there are huge contracts in the major leagues, but the minor leagues, it is not.
So my thing is this. We just watched Juan Soto win the home run derby. They offered him $440 million. One human. Very good baseball human. One human. This settlement is for half of that. Less than half of that, to be completely honest with you. And you got to spread that to all the minor leaguers?
Well, what they're saying is that the minor league baseball players weren't being paid for a year. They were only getting paid for the time that they were with the organization. So if they had to go in and come in and practice or do extra hours, they weren't being paid for that. And you can do OTAs and be paid for all of that other stuff when you're making $100 million a year. But if you making $40,000 a year and you telling me to come,
boy.
I
can't
think,
even afford to go over there.
And this. Don't kill me for saying this, but everybody in here, I believe everybody that we know makes $40,000. For everybody that makes $40,000 or $50,000 a year or more, how often are you going to go to work and not get paid? Right? It's so you asking me to go to work and not get paid?
Hell, well, you want me to do what for? Excuse me, say what? You want me to go by that job?
So
you know the last time that they had black people go to work for free? I can't do it. Can't do it. No, sir.
Oh man, it's a terrible joke.
My ancestors wouldn't even allow me to do that. They'd be upset with me for working for free. I put one of my dads. You don't want me to work for free. You wouldn't want me. You wouldn't want that for me.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 63 of the Splashcast, the Around the I Can't Work for Free of the Splashcast. That might be the name of it. I Can't Work for Free. That's pretty good.
All right. That's show.
We've finished our Around the League edition. We appreciate everybody for tuning in with us on our Monday Night Raw. This will be out Thursday. If we haven't missed anything, Norwood, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the moment you've been waiting for. We have had another fantastic episode. This will be episode 63. Do want to alert you guys, there will not be a Saturday morning live this week. I will be Saturday morning live in Charlotte with the Qs. There will not be an episode Saturday or no Monday Night Raw. But with that said, we've had another excellent pod. We will never work for free. Me and Reggie don't do it. No, got to be paid in advance, preferably.
I can't go for that.
No can do. But this was an excellent Monday Night Raw. Can we show them where they can find us, my dear friend Kenneth?
Bold of you. But you can go to Instagram. For y'all that don't know, that's why
Damn, there it is right there.
Yep. Went in and cut you off since you're going to throw that out there. Paul.
I started the show with I'm Christopher Paul Norwood, the first, the POD.
How you can't be a first with no kids. But anyway, you can go to Instagram and you can click on the Splashcast and click the link tree. If you click the link tree, it takes you to this page right here. This page, you can find us on YouTube at the Splashcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts at the Splashcast, Spotify at the Splashcast, or our Spotify master playlist and our Spotify playlist, episode playlist every week, the Splashcast 12, 24, or 36 pack at the Splashcast. Spotify, Google is at the Splashcast, Instagram Splashcast, Twitch at the Splashcast, along with Anchor and Facebook. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube at the Splashcast and our Facebook page at the Splashcast with Reggie and Norwood. Finally, you can also find us on Twitter, where we live tweet a lot of the games. It's been kind of slow this summer. We have been live tweeting.
Ain't no games.
No games. NBA free agency, but you can follow us on Twitter at _ the Splashcast. We say I have a lot of wild takes, and we love debating on Twitter as well. I believe I have us covered everywhere. Make sure if you can't listen to us in any of all of those places, you can still find us on Anchor, and you can listen to us there. Also, we have a TikTok as well that will be added to the link tree.
Yes, and the Splashcast 24-pack, 12-pack, 36-pack is a curated musical journey I provide you guys every week. I like to start in one place and get you all the way to a whole different destination on the map.
You said you used to be a door-to-door salesman, right?
Oh, no. Door-to-door? No.
Never sold the
I
vacuum
sold
knives?
mortgages. No. I knew people who sold the Cutco knives and the Kirby vacuums, but me actually be outside with a case of knives or a vacuum cleaner, no, couldn't do it. Not with a shirt and tie. We do have a friend who did do that, but that's a different discussion for a different day. But here we are. By any chance, can we get the weekly schedule pulled up? We about to do the church announcements, Lord. All right, here we are on a beloved Monday Night Raw. Tuesday, which will be tomorrow. The ATL edition will come out. That will, of course, discuss Braves, Falcons, and Hawks. Wednesday, like I told you, the musical curated journey. The Splashcast 24-pack will be here. And, of course, Lloyd Banks did come out with an album. So you will definitely get that. Thursday, for everybody who was unfortunate enough to miss Monday Night Raw, this episode that you're hearing right now will come out. And then typically on most Saturdays, we get up and do a Saturday morning live. But like I told you before, this week we will be off. I will be fellowshipping and hanging out. Okay. Well, we got the schedule out of the way. Got where you can find us. All right. I wanted to make sure you know before I dive in. Trey Songz. Number one,
Leah Thomas.
the most. I want y'all to take a moment understanding one thing about this podcast. Let each episode be commemorative. Let it be limited edition. Because Reggie is intent on saying whatever is the most borderlinest of things.
You said dive in. She's a swimmer. Or he, whatever. He, she.
Like, see, okay, number one. And we saw it today at the Home Run Derby. More black baseball. Number two, more black cowboys and cowgirls. Number three, before we get into number three this time, no, we are your leader in HBCU sports news. So if you have friends who like HBCUs, graduated from HBCUs, or as a term that we love to say is our HBCU adjacent, please pass the Splashcast on. It's the gift that continues to give. But with that said, first thing you should do, the historically black college university that you graduated from, send some money over there. That's to the left. The historically black college university in your area, please go to their events, support their campus, and send some money over there. Now that we've covered the left and the right, all the rest of your worldly savings, your entire paycheck, everything that you're not finna tithe and send to the Lord, please send to the Hampton University, the greatest learning institution in all the world in Hampton, Virginia. And if you're not very familiar, watch every episode of A Different World, and that's where they got it from. With that said, Reg, did I miss anything?
Nope. We already did the contacts. We did everything. How you can watch us. Make sure you like, subscribe, rate, and review us on YouTube. Again, please go and subscribe to the Facebook page as well as to our Instagram and our Twitter.
With that said, now that we've covered all of that, there's only one singular thing left to do. And what's that, Reg? Hang out.
Hang out.
And if you some 40-year-old man, you probably got abused by LeBron this week at Drew League. So ice up. Take it easy, my friend. He had you to blend